Well, good morning, everyone. I don't normally host this, but I'm totally going to rain on Jimmy's parade and take over the early watch today. Uh, it's Friday morning. Uh, what's the date? January 6th, 2017. All right. So let me turn this off. There we go. I'll send out links and yada, yada, yada. And we're going to do stuff today. So don't worry. I'm not gonna just half-ass it like I do hit or miss. I've actually got stuff planned for today. Figure that one out. Oh my. All right. Well, I guess I'll start sending links out. Oh boy. I don't know how Jimmy does it this early. All right. So, what are we doing today? Um, I've got a couple. I do have a gun book. I do have a gun movie of today. Topic. We may just go over the news this morning, as early as it is, if there's any news going out there. Uh, Not too sure on an actual topic like Jimmy normally does it, where he just comes up with something on the fly. But I know what I will tell you that I am not going to do. I'm not going to pull up one of those bullshit top 10 lists that he pulls up. I won't do that to y'all. But this morning, it's kind of rough. I'm hoping Tony jumps in so I can go and grab some coffee for a few minutes. Other than that, oh, there's Tony. There's Tony. How's it going, Tony?
Hey, what's going on?
I finally woke up early enough that I could host the early watch.
Yeah, if you didn't, Dad was going to.
Yeah, we'll just start sending the link out. I may dip out in like 15 minutes, go get some coffee, come back, and continue on. But I do have a movie of the day. So picked out because it's one of my favorites. So we're good there. I do have a gun book to talk about because, I have read a ton of them. What else? I don't have an actual topic like Jimmy does or a top 10 list, so I think we're good there.
Hell, the point of the top 10 list is just to make fun of them.
Well, I'm not going to do that to everyone today, so I figured we were just going to go over the news. So if there's any news out there.
An important piece of news that concerns me and just a small group of people in Kentucky. I see the city of Danville has ended the law that forbid guns in cemeteries.
Well, I mean, if they want to do that kind of thing, let them. I don't see anything wrong with it. What are they going to do? Kill more people? I'm sorry. I know that was bad, but it just came out.
I don't know. Some of it is so damn stupid.
I think gun restriction and even gun free zones, they're stupid because you tell everyone, oh, this is a gun free zone. A criminal's gonna say, well, I don't follow the law anyway, so hell fucking yeah, open season. So what's the fucking point? I don't know. So
Feels good to do something.
yeah. All about those feels good, right? Oh boy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just interrupt and steamroll you, man. So I don't know if you guys have done that movie for the movie of the day, but that's the one I'm choosing. It's one of my favorites.
What is it?
It's Internal Side Chat.
Shit, hang on.
I'm sure you've seen this one too. It's older than me.
Oh, hell yes. We did basically went through the Dirty Harry series, I think.
Oh, okay, well, there's a clue out there for someone. It's one of the Dirty Harry movies today. So, but yeah. What else is in the news? Did you hear or see anything else that irked you?
They're charging them idiots in Chicago with hate crime.
Just a hate crime?
Oh no, there's a bunch of other stuff, but they weren't going to charge it as a hate crime to start with because they thought they were just kids spouting off. At least that was according to the locals, the police department, and whatever, caused a big fucking uproar.
Maybe the problem is Chicago, and I'm just spitballing here. Isn't so much their bad gun laws, even though they are pretty bad, but it may be the police and government that's in charge of Chicago that is the problem. Just saying. I mean, I'm not from Chicago. I don't have any family in Chicago right now. I mean, at one point, I did have a great aunt and a great aunt who lived in Chicago, about a block down from Al Capone, but that was back in the day.
The problem with Chicago is the same with many big cities, and that's there's too many people that are poor. There's no hope of escape, and there's many factors that go into that. But the poor problem existed back when there was a solid family structure. So people who say that it's the lack of a family, that's not it. It's when there's no way out, people turn to crime.
Yeah, but at the same time, with this situation in particular, it doesn't matter how poor or how entitled you are. If you're black, white, purple with pink polka dots, I don't care what you fucking look like. The point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't matter what you look like. Certain things are illegal, and if you do illegal things, you should be punished as a criminal. It doesn't matter whether you're a teenager or whether you're a fucking 30-year-old.
Yep. If you was to go to jail when you broke the law, you wouldn't break no more laws, at least in the public, while you was in jail.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let me pull up the news so I can find something, and then maybe I'll go and get some coffee because I'm doing this without coffee this morning.
Oh hell, I've been up for hours. I've had one pot already.
Yeah, I don't normally get up this early. So
early.
I'm a night person. Okay. Anyways,
I seen where Craftsman, the Sears has sold off the Craftsman brand.
Yeah, I heard about that. So I also hear Sears is closing a ton of stores.
1,500.
Yeah, they're closing their Sears stores and they're closing Kmart's too.
The local Kmart store here in the city by me should have closed years ago.
Yeah.
It's in a bad place, and it's just been dead for 15 years.
Yeah, the Kmart they had closest to me, they closed that down and a church bought that and turned it into a church building. Of course, the other one I used to go to, further into Charleston, they closed that and they tore that whole entire building down and put a car dealership over it.
Kmart used to be what Walmart is now to an extent without the groceries, pretty much. A freaking
Yeah.
store with everything in it.
Yeah, but
And when they got bought out by Sears, Sears tried to make them places hip.
yeah,
And
they
they
tried to
killed
make
them.
them like they tried to make them a lot like Sears, and in some areas that didn't do so well because Sears was mostly just a clothing and a hardware store. You know, they also did appliances too, but not like Walmart or some of these other companies did. You know, it didn't work. I went into one. I was like, "Am I in a Sears or am I in a Kmart?"
I don't quite understand Sears either because they used to have superb reputation, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Quality stuff, fairly reasonably priced. Uh, hell, Sears appliance brand, Kenmore.
yeah,
Uh, they were highly rated stuff. Craftsman Tools, of course, always was up until about 10 years ago. Then, Craftsman started coming out with all this bullshit. Um, and now they sold the Craftsman brand. That's probably going to hurt. Although they sold to the Black & Decker Stanley, so I got no real kick against Stanley.
yeah. Well, it sucks, but another giant is going down. I also heard that Macy's is cutting down too.
I've never had any real dealings with Macy's except watching it on TV.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
believe I've ever been in one.
well, apparently they're big in the north and northeast. I guess not so much in your area, but if you go further east.
Well, there's one in Peoria and there's one in Bloomington. Bloomington one's closing.
Yeah, they're closing a couple of them, not just that one.
Radio Shack's another one that's dying.
Radio Shack, I'm gonna say Radio Shack's dead because they closed enough to where I can't even go into a Radio Shack anymore.
And the problem with Radio Shack is they turned into a friggin' phone store.
Yeah, that is one major problem with Radio Shack because, I mean, a good 15 years ago they turned into a fucking phone store, and it's been downhill ever since. I mean, every time I came in there just to get like a part or a cable or something, for my computer, for my TV, doesn't matter what it was, but I needed some sort of cable that I was working on, and they're like, "Would you like to buy phone service?" No, I did not go to cell phone shop. I went to fucking Radio Shack to get a part because that's what Radio Shack is known for. But hey, guess what? They're not known for doing that anymore.
Yeah, no shit.
They're known for closing because they divested all of their resources into fucking cell phones.
They stopped selling fucking radio parts.
Yeah, no shit. And that's funny because I watched law enforcement go in there all the time to Radio Shack to try and get parts for their walkie-talkies and their CBs, and half the time they would have the parts, half the time they're like, we don't do those parts anymore. And I'm like, but you're Radio Shack.
No
Come on. That's what you're doing. It's the one job that you guys were built on. What the fuck?
I can remember, God, back in the early 80s or so, you could go in there and buy fucking transistors and breadboards and all kinds of shit for building electronics with. That's what the fucking store was. They had some radio gear and stereo gear. Outstanding fucking stereo stuff.
Yeah.
All that shit just went away.
Eh.
These kids today don't have any idea what a fucking home stereo can be.
They don't. It's true.
It's sad. It really is because, nobody fixes shit anymore to speak of. So Radio Shack can't survive on that business. I get that. But I don't know.
It's not how it should be, but it's how it is. I mean, I fixed my shit.
I do too because I can't afford more.
It's not that I can't afford it. It's just I'd rather fix what I have instead of, not having it.
Man, I'm not seeing shit that's interesting in the news.
Well, I guess we're just going to talk about general news because it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, did you like how Bernie Sanders went on with the giant Trump tweet in Congress the other day?
Nope, didn't pay attention.
I thought that was pretty hilarious. He was going on the factor that, Trump, basically tweeted that he was the first and only potential GOP candidate to state that there will be no cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And then Huckabee tried to, bank on that.
Where the fuck's Bernie come in?
Yeah, I mean, isn't he the one that wanted to give free education to everybody? Isn't he the one that got cheated from the Democratic running? Yeah, great guy, right? He let them walk all over him, and then he's still going. But not that I'm really for socialists, I'll tell you that.
That's the left's theocracy. It ain't your turn. Know your place, boy.
Yeah, well, the left can suck it because, come January 20th, it's Trump's America.
Yep, but they ain't going down without a lot of kicking, screaming, and bitching.
Oh, they're still going on. Oh, also, did you hear what Obama did the other day? He sent he's sending special forces to the Lithuanian border. I'm like, what's over there that we have any interest in?
Russia?
I don't understand why we have to send troops over there.
Create tension so Trump can't be buddies with Putin.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know. There's reams of shit that we don't know. It's like Obama had this lofty list of things he was going to do until he was sworn in as president, and he got to read all that was really going on.
And he's like, yeah, fuck that shit.
Like closing Guantanamo.
It's still open.
That was gonna be one of the first things he did until he got in office.
Because he realized that, Guantanamo is there for a reason and people don't want them on our soil.
I'm just saying there's a lot of shit that the public does not know, and that presidential candidates and president-elects don't know until they get in there.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and they still keep going on about this fucking wall. And I'm like, I know G. Webbs doesn't give a fuck about the damn wall. And he lives in Arizona. I don't give a fuck about the wall. Put up a fence if you want to, fine. Who gives a fuck about a wall?
I mean, I do and I don't care about the wall. I do want him to actually do something. But at the same time, I don't care if it gets built or not, just as long as, they up border security. Because border security's been bad.
I would much rather see them hire 1,000 more security personnel for the border than build a fucking wall.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not arguing. That's why I said I'd rather see them, beef border security up before they do any sort of wall.
I know there's a lot of guys out there that volunteer and go out and try to monitor the border. And, that's a long fucking haul. So a fence or some sort of electronic monitoring needs to be in place. But, God, I don't get the people's latch on this fucking whole wall idea. Secure the border. It don't matter if you got a wall or not.
All right. Yeah. I don't get it either.
Moon says, wall, he thought Trump was going to build a mall. Hell, Trump's probably built 50 malls.
All right. I'm going to throw another link in there in the side chat for you. That's the book we're going to do today. So I've actually got a copy. That's just a reprint of it, but it's a much older book. So, anyways, yeah, not really digging the whole wall thing, but we do need better border security. We do need to, hire more law enforcement for border security. But what will happen? We'll find out. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe nothing will change, and maybe we'll just stay the status quo. Who knows? Wait and see. He ain't president. He's not president until the 20th.
Right. I'm kind of confounded by people's priorities.
I know. I feel you. We really do need a Jimmy topic. Just so I guess we can make fun of ourselves.
I don't know. Back to what I was talking about news earlier in Danville and the cemetery. I used to live down there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I lived about 6 miles outside of Danville. Was in the town many, many times.
Yeah.
Actually lived on the backside of Parksville Knob, for those of you in Kentucky.
Ooh. It's way out there.
Which is why I brought that up. I mean,
I went to high school in Louisville. Well, not Louisville. It was Buckner, but it's outside of Louisville. Yeah, because I went to Oldham County High School in Buckner, Kentucky, and I was living in Crestwood? Yeah, it's Crestwood, just near LaGrange, in that area over there. And look on a map if anyone's interested. Not that you are, and you don't have to be, but
I'm not familiar with the name. I've been through Louisville fucking 100 times.
Yeah, it's just outside of Louisville. It's like, I would say about 20 miles outside of Louisville. So,
I'll give it to Kentucky's a pretty son of a bitch.
Yeah, and their gun laws ain't bad either.
I haven't been through Tennessee enough times to know. I know the Smokies are pretty cute, but are pretty.
Right.
But that goes with Kentucky too. But back, you get down towards East Central on east, man, the topography of that place is insane. And they just stick roads wherever they can fit one.
Yeah, you know where 71 is going out of Louisville?
Not off the top of my head. I know where the fucking interstates are.
But yeah, just you go further east of Louisville, up 71, and that's where it is. So.
Yeah, well, that's the way I would go to Danville. Go to Louisville and then head east about 60 miles, I think. I haven't been down there in since 82, 83, 83 was the last time I was down there.
Yeah, last time I was there was 2004, 5. And that's after I moved. So, anyways. What else are we going to talk about? No idea. We'll think of something, though.
Who's going to knock who up, Moon?
Wait, what?
Oh, never mind. I get it. I suggest you go and see a hearing specialist, Moon.
Well, you know, Moon is on the Trump truck. Is that what it is? So, it's huge. Let's throw the link out there for people again. If anyone wants to jump in, please do so. Help me out.
I'm sure he thought it was the hump train.
Oh, the hump train. Oh, wow. I was waiting for that one.
Hey, remember, he started it. I didn't.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying anything mean or bad about it. It's just like, wow. He went there. Oh.
That isn't the first faux pas I've made, I'll tell you.
And it won't be your last, I'm sure.
Probably not this hour.
Well, at least it's not at me today. That I'm happy about. So.
Well, you're kind of hosting the show, so
That's never stopped you before.
you've only hosted once before.
And that wasn't even the hosting. I was just doing the lobby. So, because I didn't want to rain on the early watch parade. And then Jimmy's like, go ahead and do it anyway. So, fuck it. I'll do it.
Dead Horse has done one too.
Has Dead Horse done one?
Yeah, he did one when Jimmy couldn't get online.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did do the one. All right. Well,
I hope Jimmy's all right because I haven't fucking heard from him.
yeah, I heard from not yesterday, but day before yesterday. He's hoping to get back, but he said he had strep throat, and you know he's trying to get over that because when you have strep throat, if you can't talk, you can't talk, and that's primarily what Jimmy does for the early watch.
Well, that's where I was the last 2 mornings. I couldn't talk either. I'm good today.
Well, I
haven't been.
I could have done it the past couple days, but I didn't because I didn't get up early enough. I finally set my alarm clock properly this morning so I could get up and host it. So,
Well, I appreciate it. I really do.
yeah, that's all right. I'm just here to help out and just take part in everything, whether it's good or bad. Do you have any Guess That Guns for today? Because I have nothing for Guess That Gun. So if you can come up with something for me.
I sent Jimmy a couple.
So, because that's the only thing I am not prepared with. Because I don't normally do the the daily watch.
There's one.
Or the early watch. Ooh, I'm not sure anyone would get that one. But that is perfect. We need another one, though.
I'm looking. I got one that I found. God, a couple of weeks ago. Nope, I can't get back to it. Son of a bitch.
Have you guys got any comments or suggestions for the Guess That Gun? I guess just message them to me over gun channels if you can. If not, just email me to nightstrike1@gmail.com. I'll throw that down in the lobby. And I'll try and go over them. Remember, I'm only filling in for Jimmy today. I'm not taking over the early watch because that's not my thing. I normally do hit or miss. And that show really is hit or miss.
And this is way too fucking early for you to get up every day.
Yeah, well, it's not too early. It's just I like to sleep in. Because I normally just do we're trying to set up a farm here where we live. And I also do remote work for computers. So my schedule's pretty damn open.
Well, if you're trying to set a farm, getting up at daylight shouldn't be an issue.
No, it shouldn't. Well, we're just gonna. So far, right now, we just have a bunch of blueberry bushes that we're taking care of because we got a couple rows of them. So, but they literally all we have to do is just water them, fertilize them every now and then, and just make sure that there are no bugs on them. So use pesticides, and they pretty much grow themselves because it's literally not hard to grow blueberries.
That far south?
Yeah, they grow just fine.
Shit, that surprised me. I thought they were a cold weather berry.
No, they're not cold weather. Actually, they don't like cold weather. At least not the species or I guess variant we're growing. But hey, it works. It works.
No shit. Might be a good one for selling too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with this variety is, or I think it's all blueberries actually, that they'll go into hibernation during the winter, and then they'll come back during the spring.
Yeah.
So that's nice too. So you don't have to worry about that because with some crops, you have to plant them every year because they don't grow back. With blueberries, they do. So you don't have to replant blueberries unless you want more bushes.
Oh yeah, blueberries like a tree or shrub.
It's shrub.
See, right now it's about 0 outside here. So any plant life is either dormant or dead or never green.
Right? Oh, Jimmy's saying that I'm throwing a coup to take out Jimmy. Yeah, I am Italian. I could legitimately go and say, Jimmy, I'm taking over, and then he could just say no, because Jimmy's also Italian. You see how that works?
And Jimmy's from Chicago, so you might wake up with a dead horse head in your bed.
Nah.
Now you're not worth killing a horse over.
No.
Mouse.
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Though I will say this, and this is the only black mark on my family because there's always one in every family. I did have a cousin that was a loan shark. So at one point. Okay, as bad as he was, that was the one good thing on his entire record. I'll give him that. Wow, I'm getting beat up on the chat. Oh, man.
Do it. That's great.
Yeah. Thanks. You're so helpful, Tony. All right. So, what else is going on in the news today? Let me see if I can find something. Otherwise, I may take a short intermission and go get some coffee.
That'll be great because I ain't got a fucking thing to talk about either. Oh, shit.
What's up?
What's on the front page? Hell, I don't know. I ain't looking at it.
Front page. We have one of those? Shit, I better check this out. Yeah, nothing on the front page. Well, I was looking at the front page gun channels, but whatever.
The Republicans want to add 9.6 trillion to try to repeal Obamacare. What 9.6 trillion what?
Dollars, lira, dinero,
Illegals onto the rolls?
illegals on the rolls. I don't know.
That would probably kill it.
That would probably kill it. Let's see.
Oh, let's make this go away by throwing money. That sounds like a fucking political solution for you.
Well, that's the standard, standard solution. So there's nothing bad about it. But yeah, all right.
Dear politicians, here's a tip. If you want something to stop working, take the fucking money away.
It's true.
Well, the National Conceal Carry Act thingy got introduced.
Yeah,
Session.
I did not want to talk about that yesterday when Sean was doing it, but today I figured we could talk about it because it's not like we got anything better to talk about.
Well,
I didn't want to go over it yesterday.
I'm kind of opposed to it.
I know.
For two reasons. For one, we shouldn't need it. For two, well, three reasons. Come think of it. Two, we don't need another damn federal law concerning our Second Amendment rights. And three, it's not going to do any good, I don't believe. I mean,
no.
It'll do some good for some, but it's not going to help much in California, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Hawaii.
And that's the thing. If it's not going to help people in those states, there's not a point to doing it. Really.
Yeah, it's just a headline.
I mean, granted, South Carolina has a lot of problems with reciprocity with other states too. So,
Illinois.
So, if it helps, Illinois and South Carolina, and people living there, then yeah, great, okay. But
it won't help us.
It probably won't. It won't. It probably won't help us at all.
It might help people coming to our state because we have no reciprocity.
Yeah.
And it's one-sided. Lots of states allow our permits, but we allow nobody's.
I would say I'm not opposed to the national reciprocity, but I'm just disappointed with the wording of it because it literally has no fucking teeth.
Right, exactly.
It's like you're trying to take a beheaded 80-year-old without any teeth and put him on a pedestal, but he may be creepy, it may be a creepy old head, but there's nothing there to detract anyone from just picking it up and taking it. I don't know where I was going with this metaphor, or
I don't know, because creepy old head don't matter if they're beheaded.
Yeah, so I don't know where I was going with that. And everybody wants that. Everybody wants the Hearing Protection Act. Everybody wants that done this year.
There's really no reason.
You're not alone.
There's only one argument against the Hearing Protection Act, and that is this shot finder thing that these big cities use. And they're saying that anything that's subsonic really doesn't get picked up by the shot finder program anyway, and it picks up the actual crack of the sound barrier being broken, so silencers won't make any difference.
And here's the thing. If it's a criminal, they're going to make their own illegal silencers anyways. They're doing it right now, and if any politician that is against guns and against silencers thinks anything otherwise, that they're going that as long as they're on the NFA, that criminals won't get them, they're deluded. They're deluding themselves, because criminals will make anything, they will get anything, however they will get it, and that's just the end of it.
Well, I'd say the biggest problem around here is they don't give a fuck about silencers, because they're killing everybody or each other every fucking day anyway without them.
Especially in Chicago. Hey-o.
Yeah, and that shot tracker thing doesn't seem to be helping much in Chicago. The best one I heard, the guy that opposed it said people wouldn't know when to duck. I shit you not, this dude said this shit in a public interview. He opposed the silencers because if they couldn't hear the shots, they would not know when to duck.
Wow. That's pretty bad.
I mean, this is a person that got elected to office, telling people that. I'm like, God damn. Sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut, Mr. President. Might be good for you too. Or Mr. President-elect, I should say. Mr. President works too. He should learn to shut up too.
Oh, apparently that attorney general up in, what was it, Connecticut or Massachusetts or whatever, that is trying to illegally ban the AR-15.
Yeah.
Or any guns that look like AR-15s. Yeah, apparently she's still going on and on about it.
Well, of course.
Technically, she's infringing on the shall not be infringed. But they all are. But she's going above and beyond, the Call of Duty right there. She's really trying to stick it to, gun owners in that area. And that shit don't fly.
That is probably going to end up in the preview of their state court system. And if it's not resolved by theirs, then all the way. Hell, it may not even go to state. It might just go to the local federal court, and then, or the district federal court there. Then hopefully all of this shit will get an ear before the Supreme Court eventually and get resolved in a favorable way.
I don't know if you talk about this, but apparently lawmakers in Orlando seek to ban assault weapon sales in Florida.
Of course. The problem with these articles like this is that they make it sound like Florida is against it when it's like one or two guys.
Yeah. The same thing with how, Matt was ragging on me for, two things a senator did in South Carolina. It's like, oh, they're going to institute a extended background check. Oh, they're going to institute, more restrictions on guns and an assault weapons ban. And I'm like, yeah, that's like out of the 5 Democrats that got elected in my state Senate this year, whereas the majority are Republicans. They ain't gonna do a fucking thing.
No, and that's our big saving grace here is we got a Republican governor now, so our
yeah, and Nikki Haley is still my governor, so we're good. She's pretty pro-gun herself, so I really don't want to see her go and become a diplomat or whatnot. If she wants to do that, it's cool, but I'd rather not see her leave. Even if by Sean's definition, she looks like a shark.
But I thought she looked pretty good myself. I'm old and less picky.
Eh. All right. Does anybody got any topics we can talk about? Dead Horse, do you want to jump in here and take part?
Please.
Please. Remember, I don't normally do this. I'm kind of spitballing here.
I am not intended to be the show host. I'm color man.
You're supposed to be the sidekick, so you know you're the Andy Richter to Jimmy's Conan O'Brien.
We ain't ever been anyways near that far left.
Or that popular. I had to. So.
Hell, we're more popular than I ever expected.
Yeah. I guess people just like to watch an old man rag on people. Or listen. So,
I don't know.
like, get off my lawn, you whippersnappers.
What are we most excited about with SHOT? Meaning the SHOT Show? Nothing.
Nothing's coming out that I'm excited about. I mean, I was talking about the MSR on Hit or Miss the other night, and all I can see is Savage is just trying to get into the AR market. They're not doing anything innovative or gimmicky or eye-catching.
I'm actually curious about that one myself.
And we went over the models, so you might want to check that out. Granted, it was me complaining and going over them, but
I ain't checking shit out.
Yeah.
I pay for my data specifically, so when I'm on my phone, I can't.
Go read up on their website. It's on their website. So
I've looked at them. I'm curious what the price point is going to end up streetwise.
And then we talked about the Saint, and even though the Saint's been debuted for a little while, it's just the factor that it's an overpriced AR-15 from Springfield Armory. So you're just paying for their advertising.
Yeah, that is an advertising campaign in itself. Yes, I see that.
So there's no point there.
$650 give or take. So when you can buy a freaking Colt for $500, I would go that route.
I'd go Palmetto State Armory just because I'm supporting a local business. Oh, I have to share this. I saw this on Reddit just a second ago. Apparently, this is the most bubbed M1 carbine of 2017. So check this out. I'll throw that in the side chat if you want to take a look at it too.
I can take a look at it on there.
Well, I'm being nice, all right? So just take it.
Thank you.
Or I'm being considerate, or whatever the hell it's called.
Blue duct tape.
Look at that thing. It's like, why would you do that to a perfectly good M1 carbine? It's just wow. You know what, I'm going to screen share this just because the ridiculousness. Check this out. They won $1,100 for an M1 carbine because they decided to put a rail, a cheek riser, and a red dot on that. Is that a red dot or is that just a laser? Can't even really tell. It might just be a laser.
Oh, I particularly like the fucking tape around the.
Oh, that's not a cheek riser. That's just tape. That's all right.
And it's not even duct tape.
No, it's not duct tape. Look at that. Yeah, that's the most Bubba M1 Garand M1 carbine I've seen of 2017. And I know, Night Strike, that's a carbine, not a Garand. And I'm sorry, it's just they're both an M1. It's hard to differentiate sometimes because one is literally a resizing of the other. It really
except
is.
one shoots littler bullets than the other.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I had to present that to y'all because I saw that and that's just ridiculous. And that is a green laser. That's not a red dot as I thought it was. It's just a green laser. It's like, why put it there? Why not put it on the side towards the front? I don't understand. Either way, I'm done with this. But the things I can find on the internet, right?
Now, I have used tape on a gun before
So have I.
to tape camel wrap around one.
I've used duct tape for flashlights
But
because I don't have proper flashlight mounts, so it's just like just do what they do on TV. Duct tape works.
I never took pictures. I never took it out in public.
Neither did I.
I certainly didn't put it on arms list.
Well, maybe that's a new trend for arms lists, you know? Maybe they're trying to get some of those unentitled guns, you know, on there.
Well, you know, if you look at TV and shit these days, stupid sells.
Yeah, just look at Flippy's collection.
I ain't hacking on Flippy.
All right. Low blow. But yeah, there's a lot of stupid going around lately. And I'll tell you what, right now, it's not going to stop either.
No.
Watch the next greatest surplus rifle will be the Ross rifle. We finally get them in from Canada.
The
The World War I failure. And I'm not trying to rag on M1 carbines. I'm looking at getting one myself maybe this year. So, you know, out of the guns I want to get, the M1 Garand and the carbine are the two ones I want most this year. So I may sell one or two of my ARs just to go and facilitate that kind of transaction. And it's not like I can't rebuild those ARs because, one, I build ARs all the time. So I actually still have a couple lowers that I just haven't finished in my security cabinet. So it's not like I'm selling off guns that I never want to sell off. Because ARs are a dime a dozen here in South Carolina.
they're pretty much that all over the freaking country, except for places you can't buy them.
Well, remember, I live in the Palmetto State. So
I live in the state that's home of Rock Island.
But Rock Island doesn't do ARs. They do 1911s.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's true. So I've got the cheaper 1911 company than Rock Island, and in South Carolina we've got ATI, American Tactical Imports, which is the brand my 1911 is. So, you know,
Ohio's got us all beat. They got High Point.
they got High Point. That's right. That's right. They got High Point. What are we gonna do with a High Point? What I'd do, I'd sell it and get a Caltech. I'd go the matte route and get a sub 2000. There we go.
Hawaii is the home state of Obama. The fucker was just squatting in Illinois.
And honestly, it's not hard to find a carbine around here lately. There's always one being sold for the price of an AR-15. So,
well, you better jump on one then, because I don't see the value of them going down.
No, I don't either.
Unless there's a fucking 10 million square foot building in Korea somewhere that's got a whole shitload of them in it. Trump lets them come back.
He might. Anyways, I need to go get some coffee. So can you hold down the fort for a few minutes?
Yeah, it's just dead air.
Well, comment on the lobby, would you?
Oh, I'm fixing to look at Moon's picture.
All right, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
I didn't think that bastard ever leave. Wow. Those yours, Moon? Well, let me blow through the news again, see if anything's come up that remotely interesting. So far, no. They're asking how Obama's legacy is going to stack up against past presidents. Kind of hard to say right now because Trump's going to erase all of it. I hope. Nope, there's nothing. I had seen some stuff, gun specific news channels I look at. Bill filed to repeal Federal Gun-Free School Zones Act, which is kind of indifferent here because the state said, fuck that, you carry a gun at school. You got a concealed carry permit. Can't take it in the building, but you can at least have it on the property. I see that the federal appeals court in California has fucked gun owners again. Was he killed by a proponent? That's what I was saying. Was it a proponent of campus carry? Oh shit. There's one for you guys to look at about being careful with no bore obstructions, even a cleaning patch. I kind of find it hard to believe that a cleaning patch would do that, but hell, who's to say? God, I don't even want to read articles like that. The press certainly seems to give a lot of attention to any gunshot article, unless it's a good guy shooting somebody in the act of a crime. That gets like 10th page space where innocent victims of random drive-bys and shit like that cover the fucking front page.
All right, I'm back. Hey, Dead Horse, what's going on?
I ain't said a damn word yet. I
What?
ain't heard one.
I had a break for coffee and donuts. I'm still getting. I'm still trying to get myself up this morning, even though I've been doing this for what? An hour? So, what does Jimmy normally do after an hour of which he has nothing to talk about?
Plugs gun channels.
All right, so yeah, if you're listening to this and you're not listening to this on gunchannels.com, if you're listening to this on YouTube or out there somewhere else, I don't know how you found us, but thanks for finding us. Check out gunchannels.com. It's like the Facebook for guns and more. We got a marketplace. Well, not really. We got a trading post, not a marketplace. We got I think there are still forums somewhere, but there's a lot of people to talk to. Some good, some out there, but good place to go. Good place to go. Check us out, gunchannels.com. There we go.
Hang on, I'm opening the show notes. I don't know if Jimmy's touched them in a few days or not.
I'm going off by what I just came up with this morning, so that's that.
Well, his idea for a topic for probably Monday, rifle.
Is what?
like I said, I haven't talked to him. I don't know what the hell he was aiming for. He does have a couple of guess that guns in here, though.
Okay, I'm gonna spitball and throw one out, and I'm going to try and do this in Jimmy fashion. Okay, would you rather use a carbine rifle, or would you rather use a pistol length rifle? Would you rather use a carbine or a pistol length rifle?
Carbine any day. I don't see the point of a pistol length rifle at all.
Except for in places like vehicles, right? Like maybe vehicles, like ultra tight, compact thing, like boarding Navy ships or boarding like boats and stuff, and they do have a place.
That's why I carry a pistol.
They do have a place, but that's what collapsible stocks are for, or folding stocks.
That's what the fuck pistols are for.
Well, no, a set like a 5.56 coming out of a 7.5-inch barrel is still like way hotter than, let's say, a 9mm out of a 5-inch barrel, or even a 10-inch barrel, or I mean, it's still the cartridge. I mean, any rifle, medium range rifle cartridge compared to pretty much any pistol cartridges, that's just you can't really compare them. The rifle cartridges in a whole nother league.
Well, we're just going with rifles right now. So, I'm not gonna go throw out a situation because I want to be vague. But yeah, I personally would rather just have a carbine and do it with either a folding or collapsible stock, and that would be enough for me. I mean, if you have a Beaner car, like if you have like an old Volkswagen Bug, I don't mean the new ones, I mean the old one. You have one of those, then yes, maybe you do need a pistol length rifle. But I'm on the side with Tony saying I don't see the point in them, but apparently they still make them and they're very popular. So
how about this? How about because of stupid deer hunting laws, we can't ride around in almost all states. I think like 47 of the 50 states, we can't have a loaded rifle in our vehicle, right? Like even if it's not deer season. So being able to have that rifle caliber cartridge in a pistol platform makes it legal to have it loaded and concealed in your car in a lot of states. So how about that? So do you really want to take the time to have to like load your gun and load mags in and rack around and all that if you need it, and unfold the stock and all that if it's like, let's say, an AR platform, and go through all that extra bullshit if you need that gun? Or would you rather just click off a safety and it's ready to go?
Well, we here in Illinois couldn't have one of those loaded in the car either. It's only a pistol or a handgun.
So, well, in that specialized situation, then yes, you probably would want a rifle length carbine or a pistol length carbine, or sorry, still early before me this morning. A pistol length rifle than a normal carbine. Yes.
I'll drive a goddamn Suburban, man. I could put Big Bertha in this fucker.
But could you fit a Davy Crockett?
Well, hell yeah, it's only about 6 feet long.
Yeah, just take out the back seat. You're fine.
Yeah, I got 2 back seats.
Oh shit! Do you have one of those 80s or 90s Suburbans?
99, yeah, 3-row.
Oh man,
And they're 3-row full seats. Well,
big
front
wheeling.
seats. Yeah, I don't have no problem with space.
So, Dead Horse, I got another question for you.
Shoot.
When is the next installment of the AR building saga happening? Do you know?
I don't. It actually might be this coming Thursday because I ordered that titanium bolt catch right from the manufacturer, or no, not bolt catch, Ford Assist. I mean, right from the manufacturer. The place I had originally ordered it, like, emailed me and said, "Hey, like, we're just gonna refund your entire order, like all your money, but we're still gonna send you the titanium mag catch to like say sorry for like you waiting for like 3 months." So, so
Hey, Dead Horse, when are you going
I-
to build something interesting like a precision long range rifle?
well, I did one of those on Heavy Show, a 20-inch sapper build.
We'll see what Dead Horse really wants is he wants one of those rail guns.
But no, another precision rifle is going to be coming up, a 6.5 Grendel. But right now, like, it's going to be this ultralight, unconventional material build that I have everything but that Ford Assist and mag catch for. So, but now that those are supposed to both be coming,
So you're trying to get it lighter than 6 pounds or something?
it's not weight. I'm not trying to build the lightest thing ever. I'm just, I think it's going to end up coming out to be like just barely over 5. Actually, like, I think it's going to be like 5.1 or something. But I really wasn't building it to be like the lightest thing because I can build an AR to 3.5 pounds. I know I can. But I wasn't trying to build the lightest thing. It was more about just the unconventional materials and unconventional stuff. That's what it was more about. So a lot of titanium, stuff like that. But then after that, I got this End of the World gun, which I pretty much ordered. I ordered everything, like the last stuff I needed last night for that, because I decided to change up colors because I'm going like all like FDE accents now. So I've ordered everything, but because I had to match the rail, dude. Like the rail was FDE, so like.
I know. I laugh every time someone has to make an entire rifle in FTE.
Yeah, well, like fucking, I was gonna go all black, but like, I got a good deal on the rail, so and the rail was FDE, so. But yeah, so I ordered everything except for the buttstock. Like that's the only thing I haven't like officially decided on, and that's not gonna hold me back from building it because I can just slap on like one of the 10 extra stocks I have here, like for now until I decide what I really want to go with.
Right, you can get the stock later, or you can just use whatever you have on hand and just say, "This is just a placeholder until I get a better one."
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah, I bought the aim point for it, and
For those of you listening out there, Dead Horse is our resident AR builder. He goes at it like a machine.
But after that, so like I said, everything for that 14.5 inch like pin and welded End of the World gun is like I either have everything or I've ordered it, which was just the furniture. That's the only stuff I didn't have was like the FDE furniture. So I ordered all that, and then I can build that because I have everything else I need for that. And then after that, I have a receiver set, upper and lower, and a couple other odds and ends. Like I got the stock for that already. But that's going to be a 6.5 inch Grendel and a 24-inch barrel.
Now that might be an interesting gun.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
I don't know what the Grendel is. I mean, I'm not familiar with it. I've heard of it.
It's a 6.5 millimeter projectile with a lot larger, fatter case than like, let's say, a 223 case. So I think it's even fatter than a 7.62 case. So it's definitely got a lot more power behind it. And there's guys here who have made hits at 1,500 yards with that. And then there's one guy here who's trying to make a mile with it. So, but you got to remember that's out of an AR-15 size platform, not an AR-10. So,
Right. So he's doing is he doing it out of a 16 inch?
Barrel?
Yeah.
Oh no, the guy who's making hits is using a 23-inch barrel.
So he's using a longer barrel for that
Oh yeah,
for that
Yeah.
project.
He made cold bore hits at 1,000, 1,200, and 1,500. So he's currently trying for like the next time we go out, he's gonna go for a mile. So
Yeah, you ain't gonna get that with 16.
That's not going to happen with 16, but with 23, you know, he's got a shot.
What the hell are they using for powder in that?
I have no idea. Like I don't know anything about reloading the Grendel, or really, I don't know a lot about the round yet, except for that when I researched it compared to like the 6.8 SPC or to like the 25-45 sharps, like the Grendel just seemed like the obvious choice for longer range. Like if I want to really kind of stretch out in that platform, like the Grendel was like the go-to choice. So that's what I'm going to go with.
Oh yeah, the 25, 45 sharps is not even a good mid-range cartridge, really.
Yeah, it's like a 30-30. It's like a 300 blackout, basically. Like that's what someone told me. It was
Yeah.
like
On the gun channel side, Angry American is saying you should build a roadblock AR in 50 Beowulf.
I already have a 458 SOCOM. But I'm going to sell my SOCOM, I think, and I'm going to get the newer 375 SOCOM because that also has a lot better ballistics than the 458, and we'll be able to stretch that out to a little bit longer distance. And it's still going to hit like a freight train and kill a T-Rex, so I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, all right. As long as it can kill a T-Rex, then we're good.
Neck down, to 375 with even more powder in it now. So, because there's even more room for powder. So,
Well, the thing that people don't catch on is building one off of the 223 case. You're so damn limited, you ain't gonna get a good range out of it. 1,000 plus.
you can't really go much over like 30 cal, you really can't go over much over like 30 caliber in a 223 case. So,
Since we're talking about AR-15s, I'm kicking myself for not buying one of the bolt carrier groups from Palmetto State Armory yesterday because they had bolt carrier groups on sale for $59.
oh, yep, I'm actually looking at one right here, dude. I got one right here in front of me. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had gotten one. Now I'm gonna have to wait until probably next month to buy one. So
they're like no-name ones, right? Where like they
so they're like OEM,
not the premiums, okay? The ones that aren't like MP, and like those can change from time to time. So you can buy those one time, and those can be like a Davidson, and the next time you buy it, it can come from like a completely different, like it's not even the same bolt carrier group. Like it's a different manufacturer, right? But the premium ones that are HP and MP tested, those always come from Toolcraft. And Toolcraft bolts, they're a military contractor. Like you can go to like fucking Afghanistan and pop open like an FN M4 right now and pop out the bolt, and it'll be a Toolcraft bolt. So, because they supply bolts to like FN.
I don't care where it comes from. I just want it to work. That's just my thing.
Dude, it's the whole point. Like it's that if it's the same fucking shit, the exact same bolt carrier group as some guy right now has in Afghanistan, like it's good shit.
Right.
It's not we say it's mil spec, but it's
from China
or some shit.
Yeah. I need another charging handle too.
Going back to the carbine pistol link thing, I really want a 9mm carbine.
You can laugh about this, but I was really considering getting that upper receiver and that those specialized magazines and building an AR-15 and 30 carbine. Because I've seen that you can use your same bolt carrier group and charging handle and all you do is just get different a magazine specifically for the 30 carbines, and you can just
Why would you
use it in a regular
Why would-
AR-15.
And the
Why would you
bolt,
choose that over AR-10
No.
and 308?
Well, it's something that I saw that I looked at and then I kind of wanted. So it's that whole want factor. It's
I'm not
it's
trying
not
to be
specific.
smart at.
No, I know, and I don't know how to explain it better than that. I just kind of wanted it just because of what it was.
Okay.
You know,
I get it.
have you ever gone?
carbine case like just a little fatter because it's tapered, right? It's like it's almost a straight wall case, but not quite because it's still tapered, right? So
Yeah.
but you don't use the same bolt, or do you? Like, is it?
From what I was seeing, you can use the same bolt carrier group and charging handle from the AR-15 with this upper. So I don't know how they configured it, or maybe it's a special bolt carrier group. But
I
that's
wonder,
how I
like,
saw it.
I wonder, like how, like, is it like single shot? Like, does your AR-15 become like a straight pull? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
or maybe it works like in a carbine gas system, but not so much in like I would just wonder like how. Well, I guess if it's a whole upper, like they maybe have like the gas port drilled out like all big, and I don't know.
Is the 30 carbine rimmed case?
No. No, but it is like a tapered case. It's not a straight walled case. It looks straight when you look at it, but it is tapered, just like the 223 case. But I think I don't know. I don't have one in front of me, but I have shot them before, and I don't know. Just off memory, I want to say the case was like fatter, like a little fatter. I don't know. Maybe they're the exact same size. I don't know.
Well, how do they compare ballistically to Blackout?
No, it wouldn't even be in the same ballpark. The 300 Blackout would still be a lot more, have a lot more of everything going for it.
It's just one of those things I saw that I kind of wanted. So
Probably, like a 30 carbine's like a lot shorter than a 223 case, right? The case is a lot shorter, so you're gonna, and plus the base of the bullet probably takes up more room in that 30 carbine case, so you have a lot less volume in that 30 carbine case than you would a 300 Blackout or a 223, I think, and but even a 300 Blackout with the case trimmed, I definitely think a 300 Blackout would probably be pretty much all around superior.
well, yeah, but you know, it's as I said, you know, it's the whole want factor. It's not necessarily the whole
30
practical.
carbine go for? Like, how much is that shit a box right now? Like,
You know, but you know, it's the whole thing that I saw a kid at the gun show, and then I saw a video on YouTube, and I was like, I want to build an AR in that. I don't care the practicality. I don't care if it'll work great. I just want one to have one. It's like, you know, you go to a gun show, or you go to a gun store, you see one gun that you want. It's not necessarily the most practical thing in the world, but you want one just to say you know, you have one and it's yours.
there's only two guns. I think there's only two guns I'd ever want in 30 carbine, and that would be like a paratrooper, and then like a Blackhawk, and that would be it. Like, I would be okay with those two guns in like 30 carbine, and like,
Blackhawk, you mean?
I get it.
Revolver.
yeah, single action Ruger Blackhawk and 30 carbine,
Okay,
I can see that.
and
I can too.
yeah, I actually saw a guy kill a buffalo with one on a buffalo hunt. So, or a paratrooper. So,
Oh, someone just linked us in the chat. Moon just linked to an FDE lower receiver.
Asking, can you find this cheaper, Dead Horse?
Yeah,
I'll be right back. I got to refill my cup.
go for it. But yeah, I know it's not practical. You know, it's either that or I just go and get a straight up M1 carbine just for the hell of it. You know, because I'm looking at arms list and people all the time in my area are listing M1 carbines for like $400 and $500 a piece. Granted, they're probably reproductions, from like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, when they made those reproductions for, the Inland or the other companies. But the issue is they're still in 30 carbine. They're still an M1 carbine. So I do want one eventually, but at the same time, I want to mix it up with ARs too.
Before I buy an M1 carbine, I'll probably end up buying like a Mini 14.
I don't like the Mini 14. I don't like the Mini 14 for what it is and what it does. I mean, if you're gonna have a 223 rifle, go 5.56 and build an AR-15. Okay, that's my stance, in my opinion. Granted, everybody else is entitled to their own opinion and their own stance, and if you want to explain yours, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. I mean, why would you want an M14, a Mini 14 instead of something like I don't know, an M1A?
Hey Moon, does that have to be a FDE? Are you specifically looking for a Arrow and FDE? I found a kit in black that comes with an Arrow upper and handguard, like the whole kit for the same price, but it's black.
He says yes on the FDE, doesn't have to be Arrow.
I know a guy right now who has a Noveske set, upper and lower, like that chainsaw lower, all in FDE. The upper and lower matching Noveske set. It's $550, but he would probably take $5 for a Noveske upper and lower. They're brand new, not used.
Angry says Mini 14 are inaccurate. He saw the A team; they couldn't hit anything. They also had plenty of bulletproof corrugated tin too.
This is true.
Well,
but they did have a badass van.
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. Every Mini 14 I've ever shot has worked flawlessly. My uncle had one I used to shoot for years. He swears by it. That's like always been his go-to gun. And they always work. Like the ones I've played with, like they always just seem to work just fine and shoot just fine. And they're like, yeah, maybe they're nothing like super special to like write home about, right? Like they're not like super outstanding accuracy or some shit, but they seem to do the job. Like, I mean, they're really popular out here, in Wyoming, Idaho, Utah. A lot of ranchers like to have them. They're good coyote guns.
It's known. It's known by some farmers and just most ranchers as like the rancher rifle, more or less. So I know that much.
The reason why it has that stereotype, though,
I'm not a fan of the Mini 14, but if that's what you want, go for it. Get what you want and you enjoy.
I ain't a fan of them, but I am a fan of the Marlin Camp 9.
I'm of all guns, so I don't really have any disconcerting conceptions about owning any firearm, even like, let's say it's like a Kel-Tec or a High Point or whatever, because as long as the thing works. What I don't like is guns that don't work. So as long as this thing works and it seems like I can actually use it and shoot it and it's somewhat reliable, like I'm okay with owning pretty much any gun.
Yeah.
Camp 9 is a semi-automatic Marlin carbine and 9mm.
Oh, the Camp 9? Oh, fuck yeah, there you go.
Here's the thing. I have gotten guns before that haven't been working. They're, you fix them. And I have fixed up a couple of them. So, just so that I could have something that works. Now, did I hold on to those guns after I fixed them? No. I did not hold on to them. But that doesn't mean I still wouldn't, shoot the shit out of them and have fun with them. Just I wasn't going to trust my life with them. That's another thing. Has either of you ever bought a You Fix Some gun and, kept it?
Yes, absolutely. My Sigma.
Oh, that was your Sigma?
Yep.
So you got it where it wasn't working properly and you fixed it?
You betcha.
Nice.
It was extremely unreliable. It would fire about every other shot or every third when I got it. And I did a bunch of work on the trigger to make it better, but I put a new recoil or a new striker spring in it, took it back to stock instead of that super light sumbitch they put in there. And yeah, it's 100% reliable now.
What about you, Dead Horse? I know you're an AR-15 guy, but have you ever bought like a gun that needed to be fixed and fixed it?
All the time.
Well, anything you'd like to share?
Savage Model 67E. That gun I had to order a shitload of internal parts from Numeric. So like pretty much all the internals on that, I had to rebuild the bolt on that, and but when I bought that, it was just basically a pile of parts that some guy had kind of like taken apart, then like I don't know, lost shit to or what, but when I bought it, it was missing a bunch of parts.
I was gonna say I've had several of those bastards. I've never seen one broke. I seen one break a stock once.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't like there was no broken parts with it. It was just missing parts, So
Is the Savage 67 the same as the Steven 67?
Yes, exact same gun.
It's the exact same shotgun. Yeah. Well, I got mine, and mine works just fine. I've shot it a couple times. Pain in my shoulder, I'll tell you that. Even and that recoil pad built into this buttstock does not fucking help. It doesn't help at all. Yeah, mine's got a rubber pad built into the buttstock, but it doesn't help.
Mine's got a butt plate. Both
Yeah.
mine, in fact.
But yeah, I mean, I have kept one or two of them. I won't lie. I've kept one or two of them. One of them is one of my 92S's. I got that in parts, and I fixed that up. I don't show it because it looks awful.
So what?
It is in rough shape. That's why.
It doesn't look awful compared to that freaking M1, does it?
No, it would probably win in a beauty contest with that M1. I just don't like showing it off. That's it. Just it. But
God, my 740 and my 12 gauge 67 are both hideous.
Yeah. Well, mine's not that pretty either, but Anyways, so has anybody else gotten You Fix Some gun and or a broken firearm and fixed it yourself? No, I'd like to hear from
I've done a bunch, man. Like Laser Aim 1911 I bought. The pawn shop I bought it from straight up told me like, hey man, like this gun just doesn't work. I played around with that gun for, I don't know, off and on for probably like 5 years like before I got that gun to actually run reliable. So
you
like
literally had to replace every part, didn't you?
Pretty much. Yeah, like I pretty much had to completely rebuild the gun and then use a very specific type of magazine because it didn't like any other magazines. Like that's pretty much what it all came down to, is there's nothing but magazines. So
I had a Stevens Falling Block 22, and I don't know what the model was anymore, that I got from my wife's uncle that had a broken firing pin. I made one for it. I don't know about anything.
How did you
else,
make
though. I
it?
can't
Did you
remember.
did you use a lathe,
Dremel and a drill?
Dremel, and a drill? Hey, whatever works, right?
It wasn't super complicated. I mean, I had to hand file the damn thing flat for the actual rimfire part to get it to work. But it took a couple hours, but it really wasn't a big deal. But then I know some stuff that not just everybody knows. I mean, I know how to temper metal, to get hardness that I want, things like that I picked up over the course of my life. So there's a lot of shit I could do if I wanted to. I did a lot of freaking fixing muzzle loaders.
Yeah, I don't own any muzzle loaders. I want to because I loved muzzle loading when I was in the Scouts. Because that's I got my muzzle loading badge and my shotgun badge, and after I got out of the Scouts, I haven't muzzle loaded much after that.
I don't have any interest in it except for I would like to have a Remington New Army pistol or handgun.
And I'd rather just have a Lamont.
I'm actually thinking about trying to get one of those and a Walker someday. Reproductions, of course.
Right. Those are the ones made by Pieta or Uberti, right?
Probably Uberti is the ones that I can get a hold of locally. It doesn't make much difference. They're 300, 350 bucks.
Well, it doesn't make much difference either because they're both Italian companies that make reproduction. So
the one thing you might want to know is that you can use conicals in the Remington from Uberti, but not Pieta.
Really, I hadn't heard that.
I just read that this morning, or maybe yesterday. I was going through back articles on American Rifleman or Shooting Sports Illustrated, one of the NRA pubs, and I just stumbled across the article and it said that, so it's like it was on the topic. I would put that out there. Not that I would use conicals in them anyway, because I just want to shoot balls.
I would like to shoot. I would shoot conicals, so I have to go Uberti for conicals and not Pieta.
Right. Yeah, because the Uberti is ground exactly like the Remington was, to where the conicals would fit in it, where the Pieta is not.
Because I know a vendor over here that goes to the gun show I normally go to, and he makes specialized paper cartridges just for muzzle loading.
Yeah, that's where they was getting the information from, because they was using those paper cartridges in it, and they came with conical bullets, and they wouldn't work in
what these are the paper wadded cartridges where they look almost exactly like a normal cartridge, but it's using paper instead of brass. So literally all you have to do is just put the paper end into the revolver in the cylinder, and then just use the rammer for the bullet. That's it.
The picture they had, these were twisted in paper cartridges, so I'm thinking maybe you had to tear the end off, but I don't know.
The ones he does, you don't have to tear the paper cartridges off. You just put the whole unit in, and then just ram it down.
Well, that would make reloading fairly efficient on one of those things.
Yeah, I asked about that, and he said no. You just throw the whole thing in there. So
the problem with the Remington version is that they tend to gum up pretty quickly. So they, like you see Clint Eastwood using one in Pale Rider, where he's swapping the cylinders. The guy said, that ain't real. That ain't happening. It's about every second cylinder you'd have to clean the son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Which,
definitely.
in my experience with black powder, I don't doubt him a bit. Of course, I guess you could use Pyrodex. That's not quite as bad.
That's pretty much what I've always used. I've used black powder. But those little Pyrodex pellets with the little hole in the middle, like that's pretty much what I've always like my go-to.
I never did like Pyrodex, and I don't know. I can't really.
Especially if you shoot like black powder revolvers, Pyrodex is like the way to go. You just drop these like pre-measured little cylinder, hard little cylinder things. I mean, it's just so damn easy to even mess around with black powder when there's Pyrodex. Like, I don't know. It's like
Flintlocks don't like Pyrodex.
yeah, maybe for flintlocks, but just for like inline muzzle loaders, like with the 209 primer and stuff, like that's, and then for revolvers, like yeah, like that's. Yeah, I've got rid of all my black powder stuff a long time ago, but all I got left is this one inline muzzle loader, just Remington 700.
I had thought about one of those, but I thought, fuck, why spend the money when, you know, here.
Mine has the conversion kit, so it actually takes the 209 primer, not the like the original style where it took like a like some kind of like 9mm blank case or some shit. Like
I just figure if I'm gonna go out hunting like that, I want to just use a shotgun.
Okay, what did I run back into?
then like don't you have like muzzle loader only hunts? Like right?
Well, if we can muzzleloader hunt, I think we can hunt with a pistol or handgun too.
Angry, I'm with you on that one. I saw Iraq veteran 88's video, and I do want one of those. Was it a Henry Martini rifle or something like that? Or is it just a Martini rifle? I don't know, but I want one too. But the issue is, I don't want to have to load the cartridges. That he had to specially load those cartridges, and that's a pain in the ass.
Do you want it shaken or do you want it stirred?
Yeah, no shit.
I want it shaken, not stirred. Yeah, Martini Henry, that's what it was.
I ain't gonna mention how I want mine, but I will say it involves a woman.
Probably the less about that said about that, the better.
Sorry, I'm watching James Bond right now as we speak. No, I want the two pistols or handguns I mentioned. Pistols. Fuck, I don't understand that because they called revolvers pistols back in the day. I want the two that I mentioned because I just want them. You know, I don't have any use for them, just to have them.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I had the 44 version of the early Colt, 36.
Why did you get rid of it?
I didn't. It wasn't a Colt. It was a copy. Because it was a piece of shit. Terribly inaccurate.
Aren't a lot of reproductions shit though? Just saying.
Well, that initial Colt wasn't the best design. Brass frame without a top strap.
Yeah, that's not great design.
Which is why I went to Remington New Army. But the Walker is still no top strap. I just want one of them because I think they're cool.
Now, Uberti does have one gun I am eyeing overall. Apparently, Uberti has an 1858 New Army Target carbine. They got the revolver rifle.
Yeah, and it's not as insanely expensive as you would think either.
No, $589. That's not a bad price. I mean, for a revolving rifle, that's what a six shot, 44 caliber. It's not bad. Granted, you realize you're gonna have a lot of freaking smoke, but it's a black powder rifle. That's implied. It's only like $100 less than their Colt Walker production. Which if you want one of those are going for like $459. I'm looking at Uberti's website right now because we started talking about black powder, and I just decided to just load up the website to see what they got.
You can buy them kits on the street for like $325 to $350 for that Walker.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to do, go for it. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. You can find a better price, go for it.
Hell, every muzzle loader I've ever had, I think I built.
You built muzzle loaders?
Well, yes.
I have never built a muzzle loader. What entailed with that?
They have kits you can buy at Cabela's, but other places sell kits too. I even like Uberti, I think, sold a kit at one time, and like the wood will come all rough, and they'll cut. You can get the kits in different grades, so it's depending on how much work is left to be done. So you can get a kit that's so raw that you still got to finish all the metal. You got to fit, like even still shave some of the wood and fit the wood. And then you can get kits that are more like already kind of fitted together. The wood's more precise and like you don't really got to like sand anything. You just got to actually finish it. Or then you can get kits that are like literally everything's finished, everything's done. You just put it together.
The ones I had were where you had to do some fit and finish. They were completely unfinished, but you had to do some fit work on the insets and stuff to put the patch box on it or lock plates on either side. I don't remember. Might have had to do a little work on the tang groove, but the barrel channel was pretty good from what I remember. And then, of course, you had to sand and finish the stock and all that crap.
My friend who's a cabinet maker, he bought one of those kits. And he bought like one of the ones that like where you actually had to fit the stock and stuff, and like it was a pretty neat watching him build that rifle because he's like a custom wood maker, and he does like all sorts of custom shit, and like he made his own, basically duplicated what they had at a like red burl, like some really expensive. I guess like that wood's just super expensive, like per square foot. So. But I got to watch him like build that gun, and that's a neat experience doing that. I'll eventually do that one day.
The one I did had a 2-piece stock. It came with the 4-piece and then a little brass thing that slid between them, and I made a piece of wood to fit in there and glued it together and made 1-piece stock out of it. And then I used some old school techniques to make it look like it was grain so you couldn't see that there was 2 pieces of stock there. It turned out really good, but I wouldn't do it again. I would build another one, but I wouldn't go through all that bullshit on stock. 2-piece would be fine. But I was doing living history displays back then. I wanted it to look authentic, which is why I did that. And I knew a guy who was, he was about 85 then.
Now, did you use oil on the stock, or did you use some sort of stain? Or what'd you do with the stock?
I used stain and then wax.
All right.
Regular beeswax.
Oh, man, that beeswax, yo.
Matter of fact, I still got half a pound of that shit here.
It lasts forever, literally.
So you want to hear about my new gun purchase? Nice Strike.
Sure, go ahead.
Bought a new gun yesterday.
What'd you get?
A Maverick 88.
Oh Jesus!
You're just messing with
bought
me,
it.
right? You're messing with me,
No,
right?
no. I literally bought it, right? Just so when I talk shit about it to Matt on Never Enough Ammo, that I can actually be like, you know, I own one, so I know what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to be one of those guys like, okay, I've never owned one, but I'm going to talk shit on it. So no, like I actually have to own the gun, right, to be able to talk shit on it. So I now officially can talk shit on the Maverick 88.
So does that mean we're going to see you on one of Matt's chats where you're just gonna rail into him
The
about
next chat, he brings up brings up the Maverick 88, dude. The very next chat, like
Well, if you need a link, I will certainly link you.
next chat. Because like I've already been going through this gun and looking at it, and like I know he has like a video of like I know he has a ton of videos about the Maverick 88, but I remember watching one like a long time ago where it was like, yeah, like this is just as good as like a Mossberg 500, and I don't think they are.
It's a Mossberg 500 that they cut corners on to cut corners.
Exactly. Like, well, I remember him specifically saying that they were exactly identical except for the safety. I remember him saying that, right? And then I did some looking around, and I was like, no, man, like they're like, like there's people saying like, no, they use like MIM fucking parts, and like, and all like, there's all sorts of shit like that corners they cut, right? You know, to get that price point down like $130 less.
Right.
The safety doesn't add $130, even though they actually got a cut in the back of the receiver. That's such an easy straight cut. There's no weird angles. There's no funny business about it, dude. Like, there's a lot there. Trust me, they're cutting a lot more fucking corners, and I'm already finding them. Like the way the furniture fits, the cheap plastic furniture, the way the stock fits to the receiver, this fucking entirely plastic like trigger group. The bluing looks to be like really cheap and thin, and there's definitely fucking corners cut, dude. I guarantee you, if Matt like left one of his shotguns out in his backyard overnight and came out the next morning, the fucking thing would be like rusted. Like, I'm not even joking, and I'm gonna do it to the shotgun. You like not in the winter. I'm gonna wait till summertime and it's all dry. Right? And I live in the fucking desert with less humidity than Death Valley, and I guarantee you I'll leave this fucking shotgun in my backyard overnight, and I'll come out the next morning and it'll be fucking rusted, dude. I'm calling it right now because I've had cheap bluing on guns before, and I can spot it. Like it's like I can already call all the bullshit that I'm gonna call him on right now about the fucking cheap ass shotgun. Like that's just as good as a Mossberg 500. Yeah, like there's no fucking way.
Yeah, the only Maverick 88 I can find in my area right now.
See, you think I'm fucking joking? No,
No, I'm not. I'm not.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy like a fucking EOTech, right? And I'm gonna like super glue an EOTech to the top of the receiver, and I'm gonna duct tape the fucking mag light to the end of the barrel. And I'll probably chop the barrel. I'll hacksaw the barrel, but I'll do it really shitty at like a fucked up angle. I'll just do it with like a Sawzall or something, so it's not even straight or nice. And then I'm gonna duct tape the D cell mag light to it, like a 4-cell like a 4-battery D cell mag light.
So you're gonna make a James Yeager special?
Oh, dude, it's gonna be tactical, man. Like you don't even know.
Oh, tactical. Oh man, are you really gonna do this, or are you just trolling?
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna totally fucking, and this gun, I'm gonna keep this gun around just as a fucking joke, and then post pictures of it.
You know, you're gonna have to throw that shit on Instagram.
Like of this rusted ass gun. Like once I leave it outside, like it's all perfect right now. Like I took pictures of it last night. Like it's perfect, and I guarantee you, come this spring, one night outside, and the fucking thing's gonna be rusted. I guarantee it, dude. I'm
gonna have to see that on Instagram, man.
And then, Well, like, yeah, then I'll have to find someone brave enough to leave their 500 outside overnight and see if it fucking rusts the same way. Like, I doubt it. Because I can just already tell the bluing's just not the same. I've owned a Mossberg 500, and and then like comparing this gun to like a cheap, like let's say ISIS shotgun, like the ISIS shotgun's like far superior. So what does that tell you?
Did they actually want quality?
Like, it's just I don't know. There's just no fucking way, dude. Like, but yeah, I basically bought the shotgun just to talk shit about it. So how about that?
Well,
And for something fun to play with, and honestly, I am going to shoot like a lot of weird shotgun slugs because I want to do that whole Tau Fledermaus, shoot like a whole bunch of fucking shotgun slugs that are gonna blow up my shit, but I don't want to do it out of a decent shotgun. So that's why I got this. So when I'm bad and the fucking gun blows up, right? Like the only thing that happens is, oh gee, I'm out $100 for a piece of shit. No big deal.
Wait, can you replace the choke on that?
Yeah, it has an Accu choke, but like I said, I'm gonna cut the fucking barrel down to like, I don't know, like 20 inches or something. I'm definitely gonna hacksaw the barrel. Like I'm seriously not even going to cut it straight on purpose. I'm just like gonna literally cut it as fast as I can, and however it turns out, that's how it turns out. Like I'm just gonna eye it, dude. I'm not even gonna mark it off or measure any shit. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, right about there.
Don't cut it too short because
Oh no, that's why I'm gonna cut it somewhere like around 20. Like I'll be good. Like yeah.
All right. So Tony, what time does Jimmy normally do the movie of the day or whatnot?
Starting this hour.
Really? So do you want me, when it turns, I guess 11 on my clock, to just go with the movie of the day?
Book of the day first.
All right, so the book of the day. Okay. Let me see.
Back in the day, Mossberg was the freaking Maverick 88 of the shotgun world. They were shotguns. I would be interested in a cheap one from them.
I'm not like a big brand loyal guy, even though I am very fond of Winchester. Like, I will totally give any brand a chance, but Mossberg, I've always had shitty luck with every Mossberg I've ever owned. Like the Mossberg 500 I owned was like the only decent Mossberg I've ever owned. All the other Mossberg rifles have all been like pretty much garbage, in my opinion, that I've ever owned.
Well, I've always liked Ithaca shotguns. I don't know why, but I've always liked Ithacas.
I've never owned an Ithaca.
I've never owned one either. I have shot one though.
I don't even think I've ever shot one. Like I've shot like a really nice Baikal or something like that. Some Ukrainian shotgun or some shit. I don't know. But
have you ever shot an Auto 5?
Oh yeah, a Browning. Yeah.
Those are
like,
nice.
Yeah. If you haven't shot a Browning, then that's like the semi-auto shotgun to shoot. I think that's.
Absolutely. So, welcome to Shotgun Channels, where we talk about shotguns all the time.
Probably the first shotgun I actually ever shot. Actually, like the very first one.
Which one?
It was a Browning A5.
It's a good one to shoot.
I had an A5 12 gauge. I wasn't a huge fan of the thing. Too damned heavy.
Angry was more of a Benelli guy. Well, thank you, Angry.
I was going to go I had a Franchi too that was a dead-on copy of the Browning A5, only it's made out of aluminum and magnesium and plastic. Didn't
I've always been a Remington 870 guy, and mainly that's only because when I bought that Mossberg 500, it had that Tang safety, and I just didn't like that, and I still don't like it. I like the cross bolt safety. And so that's why I sold that Mossberg and got my Remington 870. And then I've never looked back. Like I don't know. I've never played. I'm not too much of a big shotgun guy either. I really don't shoot clays or or anything like that. So to me, shotguns are always like more of a thinking tool, right? To blow shit up, like take cantaloupes and watermelons out, blow them up, and,
Right, right,
and a home defense gun. But
right. Well,
or quail. Like I've shot quite a few quail and pheasants, but that's about it. Like that's
I just use mine for target practice, but I've got plenty of other rifles and handguns I use for home defense. So
Well, my 67s both have Tang safeties, but that doesn't really bother me none.
all right,
I
so
don't like
this
the
is a
A7.
copy of the A5, but I'm looking at Arms List, and they've got a Remington Model 11 for $350. That's just an A5 copy. It's not bad.
I think I have all the shotguns I want. Like I got a Remington 870. That I can go out and shoot like clays or pigeons or quail or anything with, but I never fucking use it. It's like a safe queen. I have my little 20 gauge single shot, like I think it's a New England Arms, and that thing's my main quail pheasant gun. And then I got my American Tactical Home Defense shotgun, and now I have this piece of shit that I just bought to like try and blow up, like Hal Fluttermouse style.
Right. Well, I was saying that because, I'm looking at possibly getting one in semi-auto instead of just getting a standard pump because while pumps are nice, I like pumps, but I like semi-auto better. So I was just looking at something not too expensive, just something, affordable, we'll say.
What is that Mossberg auto is? 590?
Yeah, I don't want to spend that much. I was looking at that American Tactical SX2, but then I saw that Model 11, and if that guy still has that Model 11, I might see if I could give him an offer. It's probably not an original. It's probably one of the later ones, but comes with an extra barrel, so why not? I mean, if you were going to get a semi-auto shotgun, what would you get?
Me, I'm not into semi-auto shotguns at all. I don't own any, so I've never owned a semi-auto
Well,
shotgun.
if you were, what would be your preference?
What I've heard is that I'm pretty sure it's the Benelli, maybe it's like the Nova. I don't know. It's like the cheap Benelli, and I think it's like $500 or something. But I heard that it's like they use the same shit as like the higher end Beretta, like the same gas system that it automatically adjusts, and so it's supposed to have like a lot of nice higher end features, but like for a better price. So if I was to get a semi-auto, it'd probably be one of those Benellis because I've heard quite a few people mention those.
Hands down, an older 1100.
So, well, I was looking at getting just to piss Yankee off. I was looking at getting one of those AR-12s, but then the price went from $300 something to $500 or $600 for them. It's just like, no, I'm not paying that much for a gun. Not
What,
a gun made in the Middle East.
1919?
Yeah, the MK Mark 1919s.
Yeah, a place had them here for $395 brand new.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's an acceptable price. But then I've seen them, right before the election, a bunch of them just spiked to like $400, $500, and $600, and I'm just like, no, not at all, absolutely not.
If you want one, I can send you a link to my local gun store, and I know they had at least one hanging on the wall, and it was like $395.
All right, I might check that out because I was looking at getting one of those because I do like. Thing is, I like semi-autos a lot. Okay, that's one of my things. I like black powder as well, but
If I was gonna get a semi-auto, I think I would almost maybe want it in 20 gauge. Like that's just me though.
well, yeah, I want it in 12 just because 12 is cheaper. I can get 12 shells cheaper, no matter what type of shells they are, cheaper here locally than I can anywhere else. Even online, I can get them cheaper here in town. So,
My shells cost me $20 a box for 100.
yeah, I paid like
Use 7.5 birdshot for like everything.
I paid like $15 or $16 for that.
And I do have buckshot and all that, but I never shoot it. It's expensive. I never like go plink with that shit or nothing. I just use birdshot every time I go out and shoot.
No, I'm not plinking with buckshot. I have used some of the buckshot I bought, but that's only because Tony told me to. When I got that Stevens.
Well, you have to because you want to know how that shit groups at what kind of distances.
Right.
Coming out of your specific gun and barrel length and all that, and that specific load, and you want to know how wide your spread's going to be at 5 or 10 yards, and you want to know that it cycles reliably, whether it's a pump or a semi-auto or whatever it is.
I hadn't shot a shotgun in.
I've had some shells that don't like to feed even through pumps,
Yeah.
So.
I hadn't shot a shotgun in a good 15, 16 years, and I was unprepared for the buckshot because that was my first time shooting buckshot.
Oh, go out and shoot some 3.5-inch turkey magnum loads,
Oh man, the turkey magnums.
like 3.5-inch, like yeah, like
3.5 inch.
yeah, if you want to give like a brand new shooter a little like hello, like that's what you give them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because it's like at least a gun's still big and heavy enough not to like be a danger, right? Like it's not going to create like an unsafe situation, but it's enough to maybe knock them on their ass. Like,
And look who popped in. It's Amit.
What up?
Hey, Amit, tell us about your shotgun experience in the good old country of Israel.
What do you mean?
I mean,
which shotgun? And what experience, goddammit?
We're talking shotguns.
we're talking shotguns right now. So, what experience do you have? Any?
Against the Hebrew Convention, I think. Like, I don't think
Are they against the Hebrew Convention?
Nah, they're kosher.
They are kosher. Okay. I mean, do you have any experience with them in the military? Did you use any shotguns in the military?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
I mean, at the range or whatever.
Can you guys hear me from over here?
You're a little low, but we can hear you.
Right. Hang on. I'm kind of doing. Let me move you all closer to the mic. I've never used a shotgun in the military. I think the only people who use them are like units that do like special forces and shit. I think the only times I ever used shotguns were I shot some clay in Israel, and I think I did it in the U.S. too. I don't remember. I can't say that I have a lot of experience with them. I wish I could have, but I can't. Cause, I could go to the range and shoot one, but what's the point?
If you don't remember, it wasn't a 67.
No, I think the only ones I ever used were side-by-sides.
All right. Well, better something than nothing, right?
Oh yeah. No, they have They have some semi-auto shotguns at the range where I go that you can like shoot with, but I don't know. It seems like a waste of my money because I can't own one anyway. So that's just. It's like money I could use for ammo to practice with my gun. You know what I mean?
I used to have a side-by-side flintlock shotgun. That was a kick son of a bitch too.
Back when they came on the market, right?
No.
All right, wait. I'll even switch my camera on for you. I'm roasting meat, so grilling meat. So
Kebabs.
sort of like skewered chicken.
Well, that works.
Just I didn't think it's gonna be cold when I took it out of the freezer, and now it is cold.
It's fucking winter.
Yeah, I know, but it was really sunny in the morning. It looked like it's gonna be a really nice day, and apparently, since that happened, something's changed. It's okay. Because I don't know if you guys know it, but today is Christmas.
Wait, what now?
Yeah, because Russian Christmas is on the 6th of January.
Those crazy Russians. Those Ruskies.
Yeah, man. So we're going to do the traditional Christmas meal of apparently grilled chicken.
Well, I'll tell you, it's bright and sunny here, and it's all of 7 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be minus 14 C to you people who ain't American.
Jesus. Tony, how come it's the hottest?
That's what it is.
Where you live, the summers sound like hell and the winters sound like hell. It's like you're getting the worst of everything.
That's
Because-
Illinois.
That's where he lives.
Were you sent there as punishment for something, or is that like you chose to? As a challenge.
I was born here, so
All right, so I guess I should start doing that book of the day, right?
How come you're running this? Who let you be in charge?
Because, I just am. I'm already a mod of the Early Watch, so why not?
I'm just joking, but what happened to Jimmy?
Jimmy's got strep throat.
Wow, still?
Yeah, apparently he still can't talk, so I'm
Wow.
filling in for him tonight.
actually, his old lady probably heard him talking shit about her and just beat the piss out of him.
That probably had something to do with it too. I would, if I was her, I'd beat him up too.
That's why I'm on the balcony.
You see, that's what Amit says. That's why I'm on the balcony.
2 reasons. First of all, no one in the house can hear exactly what I'm saying. And the other thing is, worst case scenario, I just jump off this motherfucker.
How high up are you?
It's only like 10, 12 feet.
All
I'll
right,
probably make it.
You'll make it.
No,
you
you
might
wouldn't.
break a leg.
With your knees, man, that would be lethal.
I actually did that a couple of times in my life. That probably never didn't help my knees either.
Oh wow! All right.
What, you never jumped from the second floor of a house?
No, I've never done that.
Really? When you were like a kid, didn't you do stupid shit like that? Just
No, I climbed trees and I jumped out of trees
well, there you are then.
and jumped off of walls, 8 feet.
There you are.
I seen a
Oh,
kid
okay.
jump a bicycle off the second floor of a house.
I don't think I ever jumped 12,
Yeah, I never did that.
but I probably jumped 10.
Off of the porch roof over out of his second floor window. He rode a fucking bicycle off of it.
That's pretty horrible. But when I was a kid, and we were on, my parents were on a diplomatic mission, so we lived in Africa. And one of the kids from the mission was a girl, She watched Superman, I think, or something like that. Anyway, she watched some superhero movie, and she put on like a bed linen as a cape and jumped off the roof of her house because she thought she could fly.
That sounds like it ended well.
No, she's dead. That was pretty horrible.
That's yeah. Never mind.
I've fallen off roof house a couple of times.
And so have I.
Yeah, she was like 9 though.
Wait, what now? Jimmy's the new Nathan? What the hell? No, Jimmy's not the new Nathan. I think he's more like the new Stone guy. No, that's not right. Anyways, no. I'm not taking over the early watch. I'm not doing the whole fascist dictatorship thing over it. I'm just subbing. I'm the Smegstitute.
Okay, book of the day.
Book of the day. All right. I've only read it I've only read a couple chapters of this, but I enjoyed reading it. I'm gonna start sharing it in a second. So let's load this up. I've got a previous version. They've had many, many different versions of this book, but it's a good read. It's called The Book of Rifles, and it covers everything. I have the 1948 version. This is the 75. They've had more than a couple printings of this. It is a very good read. It has a lot of good information on like the origins of gunpowder, the origins of rifles, the countries, the calibers, how they developed rifling and repeating weapons. It's a very good read. I recommend it. If you like to read about guns, I would recommend reading this book at least once because of all the information out there. It's not so much picture intensive, it's more information intensive. But I enjoyed reading it. I read it every so often. I haven't read the entire thing front to back yet because there's a lot of information to take in. But I do recommend checking it out. So it's the Book of Rifles. I have the 1948 copy. Because I found that at a local bookshop. But it's definitely a good read. Has anybody else read it? I'm just going to ask, just in case.
I don't have any idea, man. I've read so many fucking books.
Okay, well, they have more than a couple prints, so we're going to take it out there. So it's one of my favorites. So that's the book of the day. I mean, it goes over a ton of rifles. So
You gotta be impressed by the first guy that came up with rifling.
you do, because it had to have taken a lot of ingenuity to go and say, hey, maybe if I put this groove inside of the bore of this barrel, it might do something.
Yeah,
You want to know
that's
what they were
power.
doing?
What were they doing?
They put them grooves in the barrel first off to make it foul less, they thought. That was the whole damn idea that started it.
Oh, they were wrong about that.
Obviously, you've not shot black powder.
Really? I'm surprised.
I'm not
about
saying that
How come?
they're...
Okay. As far as the rifling goes, just so you know, that they have examples in museums of rifling dating back as early as the 1300s. Because you got to think, they've known about objects twisting in air, spinning, accurate, like bows and arrows, anything they've thrown by hand, stuff like that. So they knew about that concept long before that guy's credited. What he really did is he brought that into like mass production. there's plenty of examples of firearms dating back to the 14 and 1300s that are in museums you can go look at that actually have rifling.
I'm still going through this book. I'm showing some images of the 1975 copy. This is the one that's on Amazon. So, I just found the link. So it's by W.H.B. Smith and Joseph E. Smith. And it goes over a lot of, Soviet Union rifles, as well as bolt actions, semi-autos, even German rifles, the STG-44. So it's a good read. I recommend it. A lot of the information in this book doesn't go out of date. That's one good thing. So if you haven't read it, I recommend picking up a copy and checking it out. All right. I think that's all I have for the book of the day. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's better than the one that was on here yesterday.
What was the one you had on here yesterday?
There was a one.
All right. Well, there you go. What are we going to next, Tony? I'm doing this. Remember, this is your thing, not mine.
Hang on. It should be movie. Gun book, gun movie, yes.
All right, the movie. Well, let me load that up, and we'll go with the gun movie of the day. All right, I will screen share. The gun movie of today is Magnum Force. Clint Eastwood. Dirty Harry. Now, I enjoyed the Dirty Harry series. I know you guys have gone over some of them before, but this is one of my favorites. Even though it came out before I was born, but whatever. Clint Eastwood movies are Clint Eastwood movies. So, remember, you've got that classic Smith & Wesson Model 29, 44 Magnum.
The most powerful handgun in the world.
Hey, that's pretty good. Is that your Clint Eastwood impression?
Sorta.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed the 29. What about you, Tony?
29 is my holy grail gun.
See, no one hates the 29. Even the gun channel's snob / hipster PBR Street Gang likes the 29. Just saying. And he's gonna give me shit for that later, but I don't care. Yeah, there he is, shooting the 29. Man, that's when he had hair. Yeah. And then there's everyone's favorite, the one gun that people won't shut up about because they stopped making it. The Colt Python.
Well, have you ever handled a Python?
No, I've never even used one. I've only heard about it in stories.
You need to get somewhere and try one out. One that's in good shape. Fucking artwork and handgun.
As far as I'm concerned, the Colt Python's a unicorn. Because I've never seen or used one.
Well, I'll never own one because people think they're stupidly valuable, but certified with one when I worked for the government, but I never got to carry one. It's a fantastic piece, I'll say that much.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad gun. I'm not saying that, I wouldn't own one if I could. But the point is, yeah, the Colt Python unicorn gun for me. I can't find one. Oh, hey, look at that. They half-assed the silencer onto one. That's some good job. That's a good job right there. Look at that. Oh man, I don't think that works the way they think it works. But
well, if you watch TV, they make a revolver completely silent.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. What other guns are in here? So nothing Colt Python. The Diamondback. I haven't used the Diamondback, but I assume they're more available than a Python. So
Python there should be a shitload of Pythons out there, just nobody's getting rid of them.
yeah, but what about the Diamondback? Has anybody ever used a Diamondback, or why not?
Python's the only modern Colt I've ever used.
Okay. All right. Well, there's the Diamondback.
But you notice, even though I think the gun is fantastic, it's not my holy grail. It's still
Right.
29 Smith & Wesson.
Yeah. And then there's everyone's favorite Smith & Wesson Model 10.
I carried a Model 10 a lot.
Yeah, didn't they? Wasn't the Model 10 the Victory, or is that a different one?
Shit, no, Model 10 was all. I always heard it was M&P.
Right.
I
I
don't
remember,
know.
I remember one of the Smith & Wessons was a Victory.
They got a 22 semi-auto that's a Victory.
No, the Model 10 was the Victory. They had a Victory Model 10, so that's the 10. Not specifically that version, but one of them. That's the 38 Special, which if I was going to use a Smith & Wesson, or a Colt, I'd want it to be in 357 and not 38 Special, but I guess those were the times, right?
Right. Well, the Model 10, there wasn't a 357 Magnum then.
Right. So, and then there's the Colt Detective Special. Have you ever seen one of those? Have you ever used one of those?
I've not used one, but I've seen them.
Okay. I haven't, but certainly interesting gun. Yeah, I've noticed in this movie there's a lot of 38 Special guns, not so much anything else other than the 44 Magnum. So,
Well, that was kind of standard police fare back then.
I guess, and that was also standard protection as well. Because we are talking 70s, right?
Early 70s, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the Smith & Wesson Model 10 snub nose.
Well, I thought the 4-inch Model 10 was all right. I mean, it was a perfectly accurate gun. I trigger on the ones I used could have been better, but it wasn't bad.
Right.
I mean, in single action, it was fine. But man, I wouldn't want a snubby in any goddamn revolver.
And then we have the Smith & Wesson Model 19 snub nose.
I'm trying to think.
Well, hold on. That's in 357 Magnum, so I guess they did have.
No, I didn't mean back in when Dirty Hair was made. I meant back when the Model 10 was made. They didn't have 357.
Oh, right.
Design.
Did Smith and Wesson Did Smith and Wesson remake the Model 10 in 357 when 357 was available, or did they just just make one in a different version?
357 Smith and Wesson made a Magnum Special.
Magnum Special.
Which was a specific gun made for 357 Magnum when they introduced 357 Magnum.
Okay.
I think I carried a Model 10 for 2 years, and then for the remaining 2 years, I think it was a 15 or a 19, but I can't remember which.
Well, right here is the 19 snub nose in 357, so, and that's in this movie, so, yay, 357. All right, and that's it for the revolvers in the movie. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. Since this is the early 70s, it's before the Beretta 92, so we have the Beretta 951. Still a good Beretta. I'd say it's a precursor to the 92.
It certainly looks similar.
It does certainly look similar. It's got some of the aspects of the 1951, and then it's got its own accents as well.
It's funny, I don't remember seeing that some bitch in there.
It's in there. And then there's Bob's favorite, the Canadian favorite, the Browning High Power.
I don't understand that. Not that I have a kick against the High Power, because I don't. But being Bob's favorite just strikes me as odd.
Nah, it's just one of those guns that for some people just fits the hand unbelievably well.
The High Power?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not used to High Power. I want one, but I may end up getting one of the FEG copies just because the price. Because I'm not paying $1,000 for a Browning High Power.
Can probably get an Israeli Kareem.
Yeah, I was looking at getting a Kareen or an FEG, personally, but
the Kareems are actually stronger than the FMs that were made at the time, because they made them to like fucking take horrible ammunition and shit.
Huh.
No, just bad ammunition, and they started out thinking, oh, we're gonna make this in 9 and in 40. You know, we might as well make it all. And that's what I remember. I can ask the dude. I know the dude that was like doing it.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on from the Browning High Power because we're not gonna spend too much on that.
And
as much as I hack on these things, this is probably one of the best looking semi-autos out there.
What, the High Power?
No, the M1911A1.
Yeah, this is actually the ATI I have is actually an exact copy of the A1. So, you know, I've got Bakelite grips on mine. Well, not right now, but I had the Bakelite grips on it, and you know, honestly, a 1911, you can't go wrong with it. It has served the United States for what 80 years, and then they replaced it with the Beretta 92, and then the Marines.
Wrong with some 1911s.
Well, let's dial down a bit. And then the Marines said, "Yeah, we don't like the Beretta 92," and went back to a modified 1911, you know, for the Marines. So
you notice in the movie, it's only used in a picture.
Yeah, it's only used in a picture. Probably because they were in California and they couldn't get a hold of an A1 because it's a Model 70. So
that probably wasn't in effect back in the early 70s.
I don't know. It's California. All right, now we're getting to the meats, the potatoes of the show. We're getting down to the shotguns. I have no idea what model that is, but there's a double barrel shotgun, 12 gauge. Sawed off, pistol grip only. Not even really a pistol grip, it's just they cut the stock off.
Bro, they just sawed that some bitch off.
Hey, Dead Horse, is this what you want to kind of turn your Maverick 88 into right there?
Hey, read that, man. That's a special shotgun. It fires 3 shots from 2 barrels.
3 shots from 2 barrels. All right.
Auto reloading, single shot or double barrel shotgun. Excellent.
Right. Yep. All right. What was the other one? The other one was 1950s era commercial Stevens hammerless, 12 gauge.
And an auto 5, yay.
What?
The next one's A5.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we were talking about that earlier. The Browning Auto 5. I didn't know that was in this one.
Now, just imagine taking that Browning A5 and making it weigh about 3.2 pounds.
Well, what if you cut the barrel down to like 18 and a half?
No. This was 28-inch barrel.
Okay.
And that's what that Franchi auto light I had was. Dead on copy of that A5, only it was hollow plastic stock, magnesium, and whatever other light shit they made the other stuff out of. And it weighed just over 3 pounds. Kick.
Huh.
That son of a bitch kicked like a fucking mule.
Yeah. And then there's the Winchester 97. Model 1897. But I guess that's just in that picture. Oh, there it is.
A real early version of the 1897 was a wicked son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if they changed that to where they wouldn't slam fire later or not, but the ones that would slam fire were pretty gruesome.
That's the one where you could hold down the trigger and then you could just rack the pump action, right?
Yep. And it would go off every time you racked it.
I kind of want one of those.
I don't know if the later ones do that or not.
Yeah. I'm sure you can modify it to do it.
I think you can modify about any of them to do it.
Yeah.
Any older shotgun.
You think
Ithaca 37, there's another fantastic freaking shotgun.
Yeah. The Ithaca 37. I like the 37. I want to get one, but they're kind of hard to find these days. They're not impossible to find. It's just, I don't want to have to buy one off a gun broker.
That particular one model right there should be fairly easy to find. There's boatloads of them fuckers out there in that police version like that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I would look at one if I could find one in full length, with a 28 or 30-inch barrel.
They have the regular, I guess this was the regular 12 gauge one. And then they had the deer one, the deer slayer.
That top one is the short and police version. It's got, it looks like a 20-inch barrel.
It's 18, it said. I like this one a little better. I don't know why. So, all right, now we're getting into the machine guns. So, the submachine guns. The Smith & Wesson model M76.
I didn't even know such a thing existed.
Yeah.
American K.
Didn't they make those for Vietnam and then they didn't do so well in Vietnam?
Now, what happened is the Navy SEALs were using the Swedish K, the Carl Gustaf. And then the Swedish were like, "Oh, we're not going to sell you any more of those because we're against your war in Vietnam." So Smith & Wesson basically copied the thing, but they weren't as good as the Swedish ones. It's a
Well,
classic
the Swedes do
submachine
have a
gun.
knack for making guns good.
Oh, those fucking Carl Gustavs run forever. I mean, terrorists still use them all over the world today.
I don't know. I'd say the Finns have a knack for making guns that are okay better.
Well, I think I was kind of just going with the Norse
Oh, okay.
in general.
Then there's the old Chicago typewriter. Granted, this is the World War II version, specifically because it's an M1 Thompson, but it's still a Thompson.
Oh, that's something else I did on gunsmith work we was talking about earlier. Is I resprung a drum magazine for a Thompson pistol.
Nice.
I really want to shoot one of those one
really,
day.
really good
What,
mechanical
Thompson?
aptitude. I figure shit out. Do what?
Yeah, I
Next time I'm in the US, I need to find me one of those and shoot it. Not a semi-auto. I want to shoot an automatic one.
I'll be honest. I want one, and if the only one I can get is a semi-auto, I'm probably gonna get a semi-auto. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bump fire this son of a bitch. There you go. There's your Thompson submachine gun.
I'm not huge on like automatic fire. Like I'm not super excited about it. But if I ever get a chance to shoot one, I want to shoot a real, because semi-auto is kind of meh for submachine gun.
Right, and apparently that was the only submachine gun in the movie. So, or the only two submachine guns in the movie. So we're getting to the nitty gritty with
Now we're
the
getting
rifles.
okay.
Winchester Model 70. Don't you have one?
No,
Oh, I thought
do
you said
not.
you had a 70.
no. I have a Savage 110, and
That's what you have.
I have a Remington 740. I wouldn't go out and buy the Winchester 70 simply because the pre-64 ones are too fucking expensive, and anything later, the quality is so crappy.
They're
that-
garbage.
I don't know that I would say they're garbage, but they're not worth the money to bring. I would buy a 700 Remington first.
All right. What else do they have in here? Let's see. The ballistics analysis armory.
That's
they
it.
have
That's the only rifle in the whole movie. Wow.
Only bolt action.
That's the wrong movie. Should
It's an old movie. Get over it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. What is this? The ballistics analysis armory. So they've got a ton of guns in the background.
scroll back up to that 70 per second.
All right.
Well, I was just
You want me-
curious if it was.
you want me
a
to
new
zoom
gun
in on
or
it too?
if it's an older one.
Let's see.
That doesn't. I was just curious if the one in the
There,
they
how's
used in
that?
the movie was a pre or post 64. I don't know how to tell.
I don't know either. So let's go back and see if we can tell. He's got a scope on that. I think it's a pre. Just look at that. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know how to tell. If it's a pre 64, it's worth a lot of fucking money today.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back down. So they have the armory right there. Do they have anything else in here? No, they don't. Well, that was the gun movie of the day. Dirty Harry, one of the Dirty Harry films, Clint Eastwood movie. Magnum Force, 1973. Check it out. All right. So what do we got now? What do we do now?
That's the one thing in the first Dirty Harry. They had that fucking Winchester 70 and 458 Magnum.
Right.
That was a gun.
It was. So we got through the gun book of the day, the gun movie of the day. What do we do now? Do we just go on about stuff or what?
Give gun channels a plug and then open topic for a while.
Okay, so if you're listening to us on YouTube or out there after the fact, go to gunchannels.com. Join it. Become a member. It's free. We've got trading posts if you want to trade. We've got, I think we still have forums. I'm not sure. But we have chat rooms where there's always a chat going on. There's always a conversation. We also have, someone's always usually hosting an evening lobby where you can get on Google Hangouts and talk with your fellow gun owners. So check out Gun Channels, gunchannels.com.
Oh shit! Usually he does gun questions now.
Yeah, so we'll do some gun questions. I'll do a couple. I don't have many today, so I'm going to do the one you linked first, Tony. I'm going to do that one first. If I can find if I can find some information on it first, because that link you posted isn't very descriptive, is it?
Not guess that gun questions.
Gun questions. Well, like what kind of gun questions?
AskGunQuestions.com. He goes in there and reads them. I can't ever get to it because it only pops up. I don't know where the hell he's looking. But
yeah, I don't know either. So we're just kind of gonna skip that.
okay.
I mean, because
Whenever he's done it, he's got different questions than I've ever seen. So I don't know.
yeah, I don't know where he gets it from. So I can't tell you definitively what. Yeah. Does anybody know where Jimmy gets his questions from?
He says it comes from that big AskGunQuestions.com thing right down below the chat window on
Gun Channels? I'm not seeing any questions. That's just it. I only see one, which is, the AK-47.
right. That's if you select get your answers here, it's shit that is just questions that were asked on the lobby. And maybe that's where they come from. I don't know.
I hope not. All right. Well,
Angry posted one.
Angry posted one. Well, let's see what Angry has to say.
What would your dream gun be? Real or not yet invented? Hey, Jimmy. So the old lady didn't kill you, huh?
No. He's got strep throat. Jimmy, you want to jump in on this? Or do you want to just sit it out?
Strapped out my ass. His old lady beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's why I do this from the garage while my old lady's at work.
Yeah, you're just afraid she'll walk in on you and just start wailing on you.
No shit.
You're not going to put up with your attitude. There you go, Jimmy. 2 links at once. That's just how we roll.
That's how much we miss your ass.
Well, I wouldn't say miss. Okay, yeah, I would. Because I don't like doing this. It's easier for hit or miss because, damn it.
Because hit or miss ain't 6 fucking hours long.
No, it's not. Yeah. Jimmy used to be a chat hoster until he took an arrow to the knee. All right. That's a video game joke. Don't ask. Anyways, let's see if Jimmy shows up. All right. I'm trying to get more information on this gun. This is a doozy. I can't even find anything out about it. Tony, you certainly know how to pick them. That's for damn sure. So,
Christ, that was a Wikipedia link. There should have been information there.
click the link and look. Yeah. Who's there? Who's that I see there?
Jimmy.
Jimmy. How you feeling, Jimmy?
Hello, test 1 2.
Hey, you sound good.
Good if you were hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Note to self: do not make him laugh.
Yeah. I'm all right. It doesn't hurt as bad to talk today as it has other days, so I figured I'd jump in.
All right. Well, don't steal my show. I'm running this one today. I'm doing awful at it, but I'm doing it.
That's all you meant. Nah, bullshit. You've been doing awesome, dude.
All right. So I can't find any information about this goddamn gun.
Well, the less information there is, the harder it is to guess.
Yeah, but it's also not enough information for me to give to people so that they can find out about it. So,
I don't know. Every once in a while, Sean, you just say gun and guesses the right one.
I want to, but at the same time, no. Let's see if I can get from here. No.
Let's get
All
to
right.
Angry's question first.
Oh, what was Angry's question?
Dream gun, real or not yet invented?
Dream gun. I'm just gonna throw that out there. One gun that I really want that I can't have right now because of cost and whatnot. I want an M14, not an M1A, not an Norinco M305, an M14. Select fire. There we go. How about you?
Mine's easy. I said it already.
David
Holy Grail,
Crockett.
29 Smith & Wesson.
29? All right. Well, 29. Jimmy, what would your dream gun be?
I'm still interested in that Glock AK.
That Glock AK. Well, all right. Dead Horse, what do you think? What's your dream gun?
Dream gun?
Yeah. Real or
Yeah.
not?
That's Armalite AR-15 prototype.
Ooh, nice. The one with the top charging handle, right?
No, actually, the original prototype didn't have that.
Okay. All right.
The original, and it didn't have a regular charging handle too. It was a side charger right on the bolt.
Oh, that one. That one. Amit, I'm going to ask, what's your dream gun? Real or not? We got to wait for him to respond because he's fighting off Israeli or Palestinian. He's fighting off Palestinian terrorists and, Syrian rebels. So we'll just wait for him to get back to us on that.
Sean said Jimmy wants something that shoots sore throat lozenges.
Sore throat lozenges, right? Oh, wow. Jimmy's probably looking at you angrily.
AR Sucrets.
cigarettes.
I shouldn't make fun because my throat was sore as shit the past couple of days.
These goddamn little kids over the holidays. It had to be because I literally had like contact with fucking nobody. So it had to be one of them little kids and their snotty fucking preschool germs.
Yeah. All right. I guess it's about that time. Let me get the Google sound effects out just so I can do the whole thing.
I'll be right.
It's time for Guess That Gun. I'm just going to muddle through it, and if Sean gets this one, Tony, he just gets this one. All right. This is a rather out there one, so there's not a lot of information out there for it. But this gun was designed in 1892. It is of Germanic origin, and the caliber is in 7.8 by 19R. Is that big enough?
I think that'll do.
Okay. So get with the guessing. Oh, wait a bit to see if anyone guesses it. So I'm just waiting for Sean to start typing. So he'll guess it right off the bat.
Hey, this is on your YouTube night?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube.
All right, cool.
Okay, I want the full make and model of the gun. So, Sean, you got it halfway. Give me the full thing. I want the full. So you're close.
But handle the full.
He can't handle the full. Okay, I guess nobody's guessing out there. Hey, Sean, you forgot the umlauts. You forgot the umlauts and the year. But yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to Sean. It's the Schonberger Laumann 1892 semi-automatic pistol. It was the first semi-automatic pistol invented by Joseph Laumann in 1892. Design is similar to the Bergman 1896. So, there you go. All right, well, what's the next one? This is... This one was submitted by Angry, so I guess Angry, you're out at lunch, so it's okay. But you're out of the running for this one. So this gun is overall length is 40 inches, and I am rounding up. The weight is 10 pounds. The barrel length is 18 inches. It is chambered in 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO. And that is the gun right there in the internal chat. That's the one we're doing. It's a submission by Angry. So Angry, you can't guess on this one. So we're just giving it to Sean, I guess. Or anyone else out there that guesses.
That's pretty nice there. Hard one to guess.
Yeah, it is a hard one to guess. I take it you haven't done this one yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So, if you need a hint, let us know in the chat. So, I'll repeat what I just said earlier. It is chambered in 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO. It is 10 pounds. The length is 40 inches. The barrel length is 18 inches. And I am rounding up.
While we're waiting on guesses on that to come in, I just checked over on the YouTube side to see if there was anything, but no guesses yet. But there is a question from John. I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, so sorry. But John Sokot, something. Need a recommendation for a lightweight receiver set.
For an AR-15?
I would assume so.
Lightweight. Gonna steal Dead Horse's show and say, if you just want something lightweight, you're gonna have to go with something polymer. So, not necessarily always true, but I would say maybe look at maybe an ATI Omni hybrid. You can get
I
the
would
upper-
say look at the V7's weapon systems. Their hybrid aluminum lithium uppers are out, and their lowers are supposed to be following soon. But you could always do one of those hybrid aluminum lithium uppers, and then do like a mag tactical magnesium lower. Or there are some skeleton lowers from Ghost Firearms and F1 Firearms out there now. They're pretty skeletonized.
Do you have a
and-
price point out there?
Like the Ghost
Not
Firearms.
you, Dead Horse. Him. Does he have like if
Oh.
if he's on a budget? Because if you're on a budget, I would say you'd want to go Omni. They're not necessarily the best, but budget wise.
Yeah, the thing about the Omni though is, like, I really like them, but you're saving an ounce. That's it. So it's not a big weight savings. You get other advantages with that lower. Just like you do in a lot of polymer framed guns, but you're really only saving an ounce of weight. And if weight's a big concern, you can get like that Ghost Firearms skeletonized forged receiver. I see those on sale from time to time for like $89. So those aren't outrageous. And those Mag Tactical magnesium lower receivers, I see those for like $59. And that V7 Systems lithium upper goes for about $250, the stripped upper, and their lower, I suspect when it comes out, it's going to be probably around the $300 mark.
Okay. Well, you got a couple options there. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, but I will agree with Night Strike that if you do go polymer, only use the ATI Omni Hybrid. So stay away from all the other polymers. I've tried them all, I think, and they're all garbage.
It's because both the upper and the lower have the metal and reinforcement inserts, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or a Cav Arms. Cav Arms still a viable lower, but that's because they're different. You know, they're the bus stock and everything's one piece. But those Cav Arms lowers are really lightweight, and those will run good.
Yeah.
Any you, but aren't you the one I strike that bought a carbon fiber lower at Tegra?
Yeah, I've got a Tegra carbon fiber lower. I haven't put a lot of rounds through it, but I haven't. I enjoy using it, you know, but I don't bump fire that rifle.
Right now in cold weather and trying to break that shit. See if that shit's true that it gets like super brittle in the cold and breaks. Because that's what I've heard about them is like that they work good until you get into like freezing temperatures, and then that's when they crack and break when you're using them.
Well, remember, I live in South Carolina where it's real hot, muggy, you know, humidity. So the lowest temperature it gets is like 32 degrees sometimes. Might get a little less than 32, but the issue is we don't get below zero here in South Carolina. So I figured the area I am would be all right for the carbon fiber, and it wouldn't get brittle. It might get wet, but you know what's carbon fiber getting a little wet, right? So I figured I didn't have any of those problems. So I got that on sale for $35 shipped.
Did Sean figure it out?
No, Sean didn't even guess. All right, I guess we'll wait on that unless you want me to give the answer out.
No, I might as well just wait a little.
Top 19.
Punish-
Solved it. We're good.
No, it's not a Glockatine 12. It's not.
Are you
Angry
still on
said,
that
"What's
first
the
one?
question?" Oh
We're
wait,
on the second one.
wasn't that Angry's guess that gun anyway?
Yeah, this was Angry's Guess That Gun.
Oh, okay.
I guess we'll hold on to it. You know, if you do have the answer, go ahead and post it in the chat. But I guess we're just gonna move on. I'm not gonna do any more Guess That Guns until we actually have people to guess. So, but Jimmy, you got anything you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
Well, yeah, I was gonna I had a show ready just in case I woke up today and was gonna do one. Let me see here. Did you guys talk about news today or anything like that?
Yeah, we went over some news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went over. We spoke about the special forces going into Lithuania, or the border of Lithuania. We spoke about Bernie Sanders going on about Trump's tweet. I'm like, where were you? You know, 6 to 8 months ago. You know, why weren't you doing better against Hillary? Why weren't you going after her tweets? You know, should have stepped up on that email game. Go after her tweets too, because I'm sure there's something there too. But,
Yeah.
No,
He
he
didn't
just
give a
rolled
damn
over.
about her damned emails because he knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah. So, did you see anything that
Yeah,
caught
I
your
was.
interest?
Yeah, I was watching about Obama trying to go after Russia and all that, and then some people on the internet being worried about World War III and all this other shit before he gets out of office. I just thought that was kind of comical.
Obama is trying the pin needle effect. He's trying to, well, not even pin needle. I think it's the paper cut method. Death by 1,000 cuts. He's trying to just cut them, with a piece of paper, and wait to see if they bleed and retaliate. No, it's because remember, even as president, they cannot declare war on anyone unless Congress says so. Congress has to declare war, not the president. The president can ask Congress to go to war, and Congress can say no, but other than that, he can't do anything. So,
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's like you're saying though. He's what's that fucking phrase for it? Like poking at a hornet's nest or something like that.
he's poking the hornet's nest. You know, he's prodding the anthill.
Whatever you want to say, call it, right?
Right. You know, whatever you know, analogy you want to use. He is trying to piss Russia off so they go to war with us or they do something in retaliation. And honestly, that's not a good idea. I think because here's the thing. You get more with vinegar with wine than you do with vinegar, right? You know that one, right?
Yeah.
I think that only works if they're blonde.
Well, there are a lot of nice blondes in Russia. I mean, that's not where I wanted to go with this at all. No, but yeah, I mean, taking the mean approach to them, or taking the being the asshole approach, that's not going to work with Russia. I mean, we tried the Obama, bleeding, not well. What do I want to say? We've tried the pansy liberal method, and that didn't work. Okay, so instead of trying to just automatically go to war with them, because apparently the guy who said when he took office, the guy who said the Cold War is over, y'all, he said that, and now he's trying to incite a war with Russia. So he's literally just playing into what the Democrat Party wants him to.
He's trying to leave a legacy.
He has no legacy. His legacy is he's worse than Carter. That's his legacy. And Carter was.
Well, I'm sure that ain't who he sees.
Yeah, and Carter at the time was pretty hard to beat. But props to Obama, worse than Carter.
Now, do you think there's a method to the madness? Do you think that there's an actual plan, or do you think he's just grabbing at straws, bulling a china shop kind of shit, knocking everything over on his way out? Or is there an actual plan behind it?
I think he's just trying to do anything he can to make it harder for Trump. Because apparently that talk they had when Trump was elected was only what do you call it? Complimentary. That was the only nice time, and then he's just going to be an asshole like everybody else. I'll be honest, I don't have any respect for Obama. I don't care if he's president still. I don't care if he was president for 8 years. The issue is, I have never respected him. It's not that I don't respect the office of the president. I respect that office. I don't respect the man who was in office.
Racist.
Nope, not racist. I'm a Republican.
Everyone knows if you don't like Obama, it's because you're racist, dude.
Well, I'm going to say it right here on YouTube. If that's your stance, then get the fuck out. What are you listening to this podcast for? Right? You think I'm a racist?
Everyone knows. I always say that. Whenever you say I don't like Obama, they're like, "Oh, you're racist." That's the first thing they go to. Like, "Oh, you just don't like him because you're racist."
Well, didn't you hear? It's Trump's America now.
Thank God.
So
It ain't skin color that's the problem with Obama. It's stupid that's a problem.
Yeah, it's true. And I don't say why. Well, he was great for Chicago and in Illinois and whatnot. And I'm like,
No, he wasn't.
no, he wasn't. One, and two, he never really cared about that state in the first fucking place because he's from fucking Hawaii.
You
And
mean
Hawaii? Hawaii's no no paradise either. It isn't. It isn't. It's a liberal's paradise, but it's not a Republican paradise. I mean, I'll tell you what. If I had a chance to go anywhere in the United States on vacation, it wouldn't be to fucking Hawaii.
It's beautiful out there.
I don't care. I'd rather go to the Keys. I've had my fill of, radiation-infested ocean. All right. What else is there to talk about? Sean was Hawaii, hashtag Hawaii by way of Kenya. Yeah, that's about right. That's pretty good. So there's no questions or anything on the YouTube side. There's no guesses either. So I guess we're just going to save that one till tomorrow or whenever.
Yeah, we could save it for a little. When are you running this till? 1 or I mean, up until the Daily Gun Show or what?
I think I'm going to do it till 1 because I got some stuff I got to do.
Okay.
Or I can just leave it running. You guys could just, go for the rest of the time.
Yeah, but wouldn't it stay on for like 8 hours or until whenever you came back and shut it, right?
Whenever I came back and shut it off, yeah.
It don't matter. Don't matter. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was reading some other shit too. Fucking Obama.
Take another shot. Take another
makes
shot, Jimmy.
He makes me laugh. He says he'll stick around and be a thorn in Trump's side. I forgot what the fuck article I was reading that shit in, but not going anywhere, America.
Hey, y'all, America. I'm not going anywhere.
Like he's still not going to be in the office, but he's going to make sure to fuck around with Trump for a little bit more, though, or something like that. Pretty much is what I got out of it.
Great. Trump needs to tell him elections have consequences, motherfucker. Hit the road.
Why isn't his ass evicted yet?
Get your shit out of my house.
I've heard talk that Trump may not even live in the White House. He may just work there.
Well, evidently his daughter and her husband just bought a fucking house next door to Obama's new Washington home.
Oh, man.
I'm thinking there's some tactical thinking going on there.
I think so, too.
When you bug out, I'm a bug out.
Right.
Oh, my God. Did you guys read any of that ask a gun question spreadsheet shit?
I could not find it.
You can't find them. You're the only one who can find these goddamn questions, Jimmy.
Yeah. What the hell?
Maybe I'm a hacker, a Russian hacker. Yeah.
G-Webs give you a magic link.
I don't know. Maybe let's see.
The Soviet brother.
I'm good with keyboard, yeah.
No, you don't do yeah. That's German.
Whatever. Da.
Da. Good with keyboard. Da.
Good with keyboard.
German would be jaw.
We need our KGB spy. What is it? Boris Baryshnikov. Best KGB spy ever in all of Kazakhstan.
Oh yeah, that's why, because of the document.
Yeah, I was making a joke at Sean and Borat. There we go. Check that out. If you want a tactical spy at Obama's new house, just hire Knives to be the gardener. I'm not sure Knives could get past that background check. Well, Angry, apparently Amit's wife says she's Russian, even though she's Ukrainian. So, who knows there?
Emmett says she's Russian.
Yeah, even Amit says she's really Russian, but she's from Ukraine.
I don't know what she claims.
Anyways,
She refuses to talk to us because she hates Americans.
yeah, she doesn't want us poisoning his mind further. Not that he fucking cares in the first place. His mind's already poisoned. Let freedom ring.
All over your face.
That's not for this chat.
That's not this chat, Jimmy. That's for one of your other chats with Flippy, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have that spreadsheet you can link me? You know, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know that she identifies as Russian or not. Just Emmett
She does.
says she is.
She does.
Hey, I got a good one we can talk about.
All right, go for it.
Give me a second. I got to find it.
Yeah, because I'm moving really, really slow.
Be sure to
right
get the
now.
right country.
Do 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 do.
Oh, hey, I got more guess that guns too. I didn't even know that.
Czechoslovakia. Their government says
Slovakia.
placing hands. Shut up. Czech government placing weapons in the hands of citizens is the best defense against terror.
It's not Slovakia. That's
An
the
example?
Czech Republic.
Czechoslovakia, Czech.
No, Czechoslovakia is no longer a country. It's the Czech Republic where they cut it in half and gave Slovakia back to Slovakia.
All right, the smart side. The Czech government hands of citizens is the best defense against terror. Now, there is the best example of government intelligence I have ever seen.
But here's the problem with that. That's only against terrorists. That's not for self-defense against criminals, of which they say that's still a no-no.
Somewhere.
So I want to know, how do you differentiate between a terrorist and a criminal in that country?
Everybody goes with the glass is half empty side. Now, this is the fucking EU we're talking about, where no human that ain't a cop should have a gun.
Yep. All right. Yes, I did see that, but hopefully, well, they're trying to amend their constitution to allow for the citizens to be able to shoot terrorists. You know, I guess.
Citizens should be given the right to use firearms to defend their life, health, and property and contribute 2, ensuring the internal order, security, and territorial integrity of the country. Is a quote from the article.
It sounds good, but I feel like there's a but that's missing out of there, like, but or except for.
They don't have to include nothing. They're a member of the EU.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The but is already there.
The EU could impose a law that just supersedes theirs and says, yeah, you guys can have guns.
That's what this is about. The EU is already trying to, and they're going like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Switzerland, they allow their people to have Filato. And I know the Swiss, they love their guns. So if they try and take the guns away from the Swiss may say, you know how that thing about us being neutral? Yeah, we're pulling out of the European Union. We're still neutral. Just because, they want to keep their guns.
Not only do we want to keep our guns, we got all money.
Yeah. See, that was something that I was reading more on about that arms trade treaty or whatever the fuck it was with the UN, and pretty much I wasn't like worried. I mean, I'm still not worried about it, but because I don't think it'll get ratified or whatever. But it looked fucked up to me when I started reading over it the second time. Pretty much giving the UN control over other countries and shit like that.
Yeah,
What
no.
they do with their guns.
No.
I about half-assed expect Trump to end up. I about half-assed expect Trump to end up pulling out of the UN.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll just choose the involvement of the UN. Selective. More so than most presidents have.
They're already bitching because we're paying 9% more than, well, hell, we're paying 29% of their cost, and we're only supposed to be paying 20.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The only interest the left has in it is the fact that it's a backdoor route to gun control.
Hey, Dead Horse, you there? I guess Dead Horse is away. All right, we got some people out there again. Do you want to try and throw that question back out there?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we're
more guessers.
gonna Angry. You are excluded from this one because this is one of yours. But we're gonna try and do this. Guess that gun again. This gun is chambered in 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO. It weighs 10 pounds. The length is 40 inches. The barrel length is 18 inches. Yes, I am rounding up. So get with the guessing. Still waiting for answers, by the way.
Well, you realize this is about an hour and a half early.
I know, but I'm gonna have to kill it at 1.
1 year time?
Yeah.
What time zone is that? Night Central.
Eastern.
I'm on Eastern. I started at 9 a.m. this morning.
Ay ay ay.
So we've been doing this for a couple hours now.
So 25 minutes.
Yes. So I guess no one wants to guess that gun.
Wah, wah, wah.
I thought you were sick.
Hey, I can still make fucking sound effects.
Okay, no one wants to guess that gun.
That's the most depressing like way I've ever heard that fucking sound effect.
All right. Well, we'll save that one for another time, I guess.
Another day, another dollar.
You sound almost good enough to run the rest of the show.
Yeah, I think I could, but I don't think I am. Maybe we'll do. I'm thinking about doing a morning show tomorrow. If Tony's up for it, we'll see.
That's fine by me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Sean says you'll probably have to throw out another clue or two, you chintzy bastard.
Oh, you want me to throw out another clue? Okay.
I added the chintzy bastard myself.
Yeah, well, I know you're old and crotchety. I get it. Well, since it's 7.62 by 51, it is a battle rifle. And Angry posted a guess out there. The rate of fire is 500 RPM. I believe that's rounds per minute, not rotations per whatever. Sean is like, you'll probably have to throw out another clue or two. Just did. Rate of fire is 500 RPM. All right, I'm gonna throw out another clue, just for the hell of it. It's from an Asian country. There. I'm trying to be vague as I can while not giving out the answer.
Is
Well,
it
it
the
usually comes down to giving it away. We've got there a couple of times.
It is not the R86. Good guess, though. There you go.
Get it?
Glock 19.
No, it was a Glockatine
Sean got it.
11. But no, Sean got it. It's the Hoa Type 64. It's a Japanese battle rifle that replaced the M1 Garand after World War II in Japan.
How the hell did Japan have any battle rifles after World War II? They had no army.
They have a self-defense force, which is basically, it's basically their army, but they were stripped of full army. They only have a army that is allowed to defend the homeland in case of invasion, but they're not allowed to go and send their forces out unless it's like a UN sanctioned mission or something. So, and yeah, they had to make the Japanese self-defense force just so they could fight off Godzilla and Mothra. And let's not even talk about Mecha Godzilla.
It's Godzilla.
No, it's Gojira.
Godzilla.
In Japanese,
Godzilla.
it's Gojira. There we go. All right, there's your racism for today, Dead Horse. But not at all. Not at all. But anyways,
Who's gonna come out?
it's Gojira. No, I've not played the game. What else? So we got another question. I think I have another Guess That Gun by Angry. So sorry, Angry, you're out of this one too. It's not your fault. Well, it is and it isn't. I just got to get the email again. There it is. All right. This gun is it's 4 kilograms. And yes, I said kilograms. It is 790 millimeter with the stock extended.
We ain't got enough time left for him to figure that shit out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna. You know what? No, we're not gonna do this one. I'm gonna kill it. No, you know what? We have time for this one, so we do have time for it. So it is about 4 kilograms. It's about 800 millimeters with the stock extended, and it is chambered in 9 by 19 millimeter. It's by another Asian country. And no, it's not by Japan. So,
Well, Japan wouldn't be another Asian country.
technically, it is an Asian country.
Right, but it's not another one since the last one was Japan.
Right. I see where you're going with this. I'll throw another one out there. It was designed between the years of 1998 and 2000.
It's not a Halcon ML63.
It entered military service in 2001. It is not a Halcon ML63. It's from an Asian country as well. So, Sean, you should know this one.
That's kind of a cool. That's racist, you dick. That's kind of a cool looking gun, actually.
It's not racist at all, if you know Sean.
But it is a big clue if you do.
Yeah, no. I literally almost gave Sean the answer right there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Sean.
There you go, Sean. Sean got it. And for anyone that doesn't know, Sean is half Korean, so it's the K7 is by Daewoo, and it's from South Korea.
I thought that was on the low.
I'm gonna explain myself just so people don't say, "Wow, Knight, you racist bastard."
My next clue was going to be they make the shittiest cars this side of Yugo.
Yeah, do not buy a Daewoo car. They are not reliable vehicles. I mean, if you want a Korean car, I would say get a Kia. Those are probably the safest.
That actually is a neat looking gun, really.
Wow. Did you see what Angry just said? He gave that to you easier than people near me giving food stamps.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not saying Kia is a great car. I'm just saying I'd rather have one over a Daewoo. Because you'll live longer with a Kia. Anyways, we got about 15 minutes before I have to kill this thing, so you guys want to plug anything?
Jimmy's return to hosting hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do something in the morning. I don't know if it'll be the full 6-hour show, but we'll run it in the morning for a little
You can
bit.
do no fucking 6 hours on Saturday. That's my half day off.
Yeah. So we'll run it for a little bit. Probably run it. What? Let me see here. Probably run it. What does this start at? Usually 8 Central Time, right? So probably 9 Central.
Yeah, that give me plenty of time to go out and spot coyotes in the morning.
Yeah, so we'll run it about 9 Central tomorrow.
Remember at 3 o'clock this afternoon Eastern Time, the Daily Gun Show with G-Webs, Bob, Z, and everyone's favorite Illinoisan Dano.
Well, fuck you too.
Hey, did you guys do either one of the Guess That Guns that were on the spreadsheet that I had?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find the spreadsheet.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been using the same one over and over. I've just been editing it, so I haven't been sharing it. So I'll reshare it with you.
You got to share that stuff, otherwise, so we can't see it.
Yeah, I know.
Once I have it, I didn't want to use them.
Okay, cool. So we'll have
Because I don't. There's no link. I'd have to go look that shit up, and I'm just being lazy today.
Oh yeah, no, that's not even a problem, dude. Because I got some shit still left over that Sean gave me. I got some shit left over that Angry gave me, so we got plenty of shit to work through.
Hey, I got an idea while we're here on a gun movie. The last is probably most of a week, and that's
What's
the
that?
Guns of Bond.
That's a good one there.
I agree.
A lot of fucking guns in them movies. Hell, there's 20 plus movies.
The Golden Gun. My favorite.
I hate that one.
Not the movie so much as the gun. I just like the Golden Gun.
I like the concept of a gun you can hide. It's not my least favorite Bond movie, but Diamonds Are Forever would take that category. Yeah. Right now, I've started watching them yesterday, and I'm up to Live and Let Die.
Have you gotten a Golden Eye yet?
Oh, hell no. I probably won't hit that until tomorrow.
All right.
I've got all of them, but Diamonds Are Forever. And the only reason I don't have it is I ain't ran across it yet in the $5 bin. Because I ain't going to pay full price for that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was thinking something along that lines though, like because I couldn't go through the whole Die Hard movies like I wanted to, so maybe have like a Bond week, like for the franchise, have like a movie week or something like that.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, something like that.
But I wanted to let you know now so you can think about it for a few days. Or we could start it tomorrow if you wanted to. I don't.
Yeah, I don't care because the one that I got up there, I mean, it's not necessarily the movie's not gay necessarily. It's a good movie, but the one that I got up there right now, I had for like when we were talking about dogs and guns. So I don't know. I should probably toss it anyway. It was Turner and Hooch, by the way. Spoiler alert for everybody. That was the one that I had up there on the spreadsheet.
We can do that tomorrow too. I don't care. I have never seen it. But
Eh,
I saw it. I didn't like it.
yeah, it's like I said, it's meh.
Night Strike wanted to do Magnum Force today, so we did that.
That's a good movie.
Which we really didn't cover that super close when we did the Dirty Harry series. I mean, most of it was on one.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but we went. I tried to do it in Jimmy fashion, and I guess I succeeded, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, from what I listened to the show for about an hour. You guys were going awesome. And YouTube is like fucking 5 minutes behind Gun Channels.
Oh, that sucks.
It happens.
I was trying to listen on YouTube and comment on Gun Channels, and it was like super lag.
So, you tell us you have strep throat, and the minute you start talking on, the chat, people are like, get your ass in here, Jimmy.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, the reason why I didn't start up early this morning is because I just didn't wake up early this morning. I ran out of medicine last night, so I took a little bit of whiskey instead. So
Drink more whiskey then.
I thought it would help.
Or if whiskey's not helping, go a little harder. Go bourbon or go moonshine. That'll clear you out.
I wasn't going all fancy smancy. I just was using what I had in arm's length and arm's reach.
Dude, none of that of what I just said is fancy.
No, I know. I'm being a smart ass.
Shit, usually if I was back when I drank, if I'd get a snoot full, I would wake up earlier. I'd be sick and miserable, but I would get up earlier.
No, yeah, me too. It was one of those. I was like staring at the fucking in the darkness. I can't sleep with any type of light on, so I'm just sitting and laying in bed with my fucking eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling and shit. And last night I had some whiskey, and that shit knocked me out. I should have been drinking whiskey the whole fucking week. I probably would have been better by Wednesday.
You probably would have.
But yeah, so it's still my throat's a little sore, but it's like I said, it's workable. I don't know if that came out wrong or not.
Yeah, we'll let it pass.
All right.
I'm going to make a plug right now. If you enjoyed watching the early watch with Night Strike, Tony, and Jimmy, check out Hit or Miss every Tuesdays, 8 Central, 9 Eastern on gunchannels.com. And
And the
YouTube.
Groucho bastard won't be there. That's after his bedtime.
Yeah, Tony won't. Tony doesn't necessarily join. Jimmy does when he has time, and he's not doing something super special or being super sick.
Yeah.
So,
Super shitty.
well, I was going to say that. You did. I didn't. But also remember at 3 p.m. Eastern today, 2 Central, the Daily Gun Show with G Webs, Bob, Dano, and Island Sea Survivor. Should be a good one today.
Yeah, that's fine and dandy, Smegs. It may be better than this one. I wouldn't know. I don't listen to either one of them.
It says more compact. It's more cozy, more homely.
Yeah, though I think we're gonna have to have Smeggy, sit aside, and we're gonna have to have Sean do the intro from now on.
Oh, did Sean do your musical intro for
Yes,
you?
he did it on Tuesday. And if Smeggy wants his spot back, he's gonna have to fight him to the death. With a herring.
We don't even bother with an intro because fuck, nobody's up.
No shit.
And the intro is usually just me and Tony.
And yes, I'm joking. I'm not being serious at all. So Smegs, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Unless Sean, you really want to fight Smeggy with a herring, go for it if you want.
Smeg says this has started the Great Night Strike Smeggy War.
Well, you don't have to worry about it, Smegs. I got first strike, and that's with a Y.
I just thought about it right now. Night Strike would have been a great, fucking 80s hair metal band and shit name.
Or it would have been a great 80s action movie.
Yeah, right. Fucking Night Strike Force.
Well, it probably was a hair metal band name. There's so fucking many of them.
Probably. It probably didn't last long, though.
No. They're one hit wonder.
I've watched a few of those documentaries on the hair metal period. And God damn, there's a lot of fucking bands I'd never heard of.
Because they didn't last long.
And I was a musician who seeked out new music back then, trying to see what was going on. I'm like, man, I've never heard of these fucking people.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 4 minutes left. So, Jimmy, you want to plug anything?
No, man, but well, yeah, I guess kind of. Real quick before we wrap everything up, first of all, I want to thank Night Strike for opening up an early watch on today. It was awesome. I'm glad we got something going in the morning here. Tomorrow we'll run one at about 9 Central a.m. And if you haven't already, come on over to gunchannels.com. It's a great community, free to join, free to become a member. And there are options of paid subscriptions.
Yes, thanks, Strike. I do appreciate it, no matter what I say. And Dead Horse, you too. Thanks for offering.
Thanks for jumping in, Dead Horse.
Yeah, Dead Horse did a lobby too earlier this week. Thank you for that. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
And Amit, if you're still there, thanks for being the quiet Israeli in the room.
Thank you for your IDF Secret Service spying network thingy you do. Thank you very much.
Now get me a Galil.
Secret agent man.
An original one, not that recalled one.
Yeah, that ran over a cow with a tank. I'm not going to let that one go. That poor cow. All right. I guess I'm just going to kill it now, unless anybody else has anything they want to talk about or plug.
Make sure you stay tuned for the Daily Gun Show about an hour.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah. Check out the Daily Gun Show. Check out AK47buyersguide.com if you want to know about buying an AK or if you want to know about the different variants of AKs. Check out Every Second Matters if you want to connect with groups in your area. on the Second Amendment. What else?
The next time you're gonna run over a cow, make sure you yell "move."
There we go. That's it. That's right there.
Good day, everybody. Be safe out there and keep warm.
Yep. What else? Oh yeah. Don't forget to check out Never Enough Ammo's chat on Saturday afternoon. So, on that note, I think that's everything, and I just stole one of his sayings. So, awesome. Thanks everyone for listening. This was the early watch with Night Strike and Tony.
Later.
Later.